Man, one time I was in high school, this is why my mom switched me out of schools from Atlantic City to Ocean City. I failed every class in Atlantic City High School, including gym.
That's hard to do.
It wasn't hard for gym, though, because, like...
What's cooking, everybody? If you are on YouTube right now, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button on the video, and as always, feel free to drop a comment as well. Love hearing from you guys down there. To everyone who is listening on Apple or Spotify, thank you for checking out the show over there. If you haven't already, please be sure to follow the show on either of those platforms. And also this week, for all my Spotify people, you will notice if you go to the show's page, right below the logo, there is a star there, and the star shows like a rating. Spotify now has podcast ratings. I just got alerted of that this week by a couple people. I didn't even know about it. So if you wouldn't mind just dropping a 5-star review when you get a chance, that would be a huge, huge help on the platform. I'd really, really appreciate it. Now, I am joined in the bunker today by none other than Lil Twinn. And let me tell you something. This was as entertaining as it gets. This guy is absolutely fucking hilarious. So Lil Twinn is a rapper who records often over at the Studio Breed, with famous Dill and Mason, who have been on this podcast. Mason is the owner of that, co-owner of that studio. So Dill had introduced me to Lil Twinn, and we finally got him in here. And man, it did not disappoint. I think we said this during the podcast, something along the lines of, this is like the Seinfeld episode. It's about everything but absolutely nothing. Perfect way to end the year. I had to edit myself laughing so loud, I don't know, 90 times, 100 times. I probably missed some of them. I was fucking peeing myself listening to this guy. And his girlfriend Bree also came in here, so it was like an interesting dynamic. We had someone in there like watching this all go down. It was awesome. So hope you guys enjoy. It's definitely a sprint in this one throughout the whole thing. This guy's a million miles a minute, but good way to end the year. And on to 2022, everybody. On to 2022. That said, you know what it is. I'm Julian and Dorey, and this is TRENDIFIER. Let's go! This is one of the great questions in our culture. Where is the nuance? You're giving opinions and calling them facts. You feel me? Everyone understands this, but few seem to do it. If you don't like the status quo, start asking questions.
A lot of people stopped doing stuff when COVID hit, and I guarantee you also a lot of people found new things to fuel their fire to make them keep going during COVID when they couldn't do their number one thing. Like, you know, for me, I was like, fuck it, I want to make rugs. And I was telling my girl...
What's the story with this rugs thing?
Oh, bro, the rugs thing is fucking awesome. So, like, I was just sitting... I always wanted to do it, but I didn't know when. And this is, like, another thing of how you're saying, like, well, like, what do you mean? Like, why don't you just do it? And, like, I just felt like there was a time and a place for it to be done. And I wanted to really do it when, you know, I had the time, because I didn't want to start it and have it be like a little hobby that people were like, yeah, it's cool, bro. You're making some progress. But, like, I wanted to really do it and prove to people I can be a beast rug maker.
I'm going to put one in the corner of the screen while you're talking so people can see this.
Yeah, do it.
But explain
it's
to
awesome.
people, like, what this is. Because these things, like...
Which one?
I'm huge...
You got it on here?
Yeah, I'll pull it up. I'm huge into, like, things where we put things around us that tie in pop culture. And so these, you know, this is furniture. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a part of your room. I think,
like, see what I'm saying? Like, see how I'm saying? Like, you need to have ideas and, like, thinking of what's next. Like, you can have a rug and keep it on your floor all you want, but why not put a rug on the wall? And now you can hang up a rug on the wall.
Stroke the fairy wall.
Yeah, or you can have, like, a mirror rug. You can have a puzzle rug. You can have just, like, a rug that lights up if you put lights in it. Like, I just want to get crazy to the point where you can do anything. I'm working with this guy.
What's the use for a wall rug besides just the decoration?
I would just say art, man. It's just art. It's just art.
Yeah,
it's like
cool.
It's like hanging up just like a poster or anything. Like, instead of you getting, like, the rug dirty, like, you can just hang it up on the wall and appreciate it on the wall. A lot of people like hanging them up on the wall.
I mean, the designs are incredible. Like, this is a cool, like,
yeah, it's
a
tedious process too. And
how long do they take?
It depends on the design and how much you really want to get it done. You know, if you're not like smoking weed or like if you're not like breezy and don't have your Starbucks yet, you know, you gotta just bang shit out. And you know, I got other shit going on. If I have to do all this music shit, you know, thankfully I have Breezy holding it down some days, and when Breezy has stuff to do, I'm holding it down. So it's cool. But
And Bree, we got you in studio today.
We got Breezy.
We're gonna
in the
do a
studio.
couple of these where I know we have some people like coming in from the road where we're gonna have people in, but you're the first person sitting here while we're doing this.
Yeah, first ever.
For that one.
You feel special yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
really, what you're saying is Bree runs the business over here.
she runs it, man. She kills it. I'm telling you. I'm just somebody who just creates dope things, and I need other people to keep the idea snowballing, because you know I already
Yeah.
like pushed it down the hill.
Do you a lot of these designs? Are you putting them together?
A lot of people just
Like concepting it?
A lot of people just send their designs to us, and then now in 2022 we're getting into making our designs. Or if you don't know an idea of what you want yet, you can kind of like, you know, give me a direction to where I can help you out.
Well, how do you make this? Like, what's the process? Because like I'm looking at the detail here, like the CDG hearts. These are incredible.
Yes.
So obviously, like you're working off their design completely, like you're
100%.
recreating it. But like, what's this made out of, and how does
So
this work?
that's acrylic yarn, and we put it on monk cloth. We trace it on the monk cloth.
On what?
Monk cloth, MONK.
What's that?
It's just a cloth that you use. It's a material that when making it, like I don't even know how to explain it because I barely know shit about rugs, bro. I'm just making rugs.
You just make 'em.
That's it, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. Like people think you gotta know stuff. Like how Kanye West is like, what does Lady Gaga know about cameras? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't gotta know nothing, man. You just gotta kill shit, bro. And that's it. Like,
That was
like,
an
you know what I'm
all-time
saying?
quote,
Like
by the way.
I just know how to do it. Like I don't know like the educate. Like I can't teach people like the education on it. Like I can just teach people like, yo, if you want to win and you want to do something, just do it, bro. Don't talk about it.
But you got to be good at it. Like you're good at this.
Yes and no. I feel like anybody can do it if you wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But that's what I'm saying. You had to learn how to do it, and like I'm looking at this, it's a
it was
doppelganger
a
of what you're
tedious-
trying to create.
No, it was a tedious process. If you scroll back too, I'm sure we have some posts that aren't up there anymore. But like we started in 2020, and you can see the shaving and the detailing gets better as the time progresses. Like
So that
if
was
you
the first one.
I wouldn't say the first one, but
One of 'em.
Yeah. But you can see like there's barely like we didn't shave this because like as time was going on, we're also learning from other rug people in the community. Like you know you got to shave them and trim
The
them.
rug community.
Yeah, it's
I
a big
love it.
rug community to tough the world.
What's the actual? Did you say it's acrylic?
Yeah, acrylic yarn. You can use wool. You can use a lot
so you
of
use all
different.
different
You can
shit.
use a lot of different materials. It's just depending on you know how much you want to spend. Like wool is obviously a lot more than acrylic yarn. But we go to Hobby Lobby or Walmart, spend $6 on yarn, and make a $300 rug.
Do you do this by hand?
Yeah,
These are all done by hand.
everything's done by hand. Yeah,
So wait, this design right here, you're doing that with your fingers.
yeah. Like it's like we have a gun. We have a tufting gun, but it's all by hand though. Like
How long does that one take right there? I'm gonna put this one in the corner. It's the Wu-Tang rug.
I would say that it takes about like an hour, 2 hours tops.
This takes an hour or 2 hours.
Yeah, if you want to get it done. I'm talking like getting the yarn in there and getting it done. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But you had like all the design done, the shaping, all of it. An hour or 2 hours to do that.
no, I'm saying like I can get that rug done in 2 hours, but like the process, like you know what I'm saying? Like
No, I don't.
all right. So when we trace the rugs up on the frame, we have to do the rugs. We have to like whatever the design is, and then we have to cut it out and glue it and stuff. But before we do that, it has to be done. So what I'm saying is,
So I'm trying to picture this, and I might be totally misunderstanding. So
Okay.
correct me if I'm wrong here. But you're basically like you take a design like this,
I take like you
Wu-Tang.
gave me Wu-Tang. I go on my computer, I trace it onto the monk cloth by projecting it,
that's
and
what I was
then
gonna say.
after I do that, I get the certain colors that I need for the design,
And you go
then
color in
I
the
go
lines.
in color in the lines like in kindergarten, and then like I said, like that's the easiest part, coloring the lines. Like if you want to get detailed wise and all that stuff, that takes a lot longer. But if you're just saying I have to do yellow there and red there and black there, it'll take me 2 hours because I know what I have to do. But going in for the tedious part, like the trimming and the tweezing of like, you know, the little imperfections and stuff, that takes a lot more time. Like, that's like 7 hours.
And that makes it all smooth
yeah,
along the top and
just,
the bottom.
Yeah. Well, the bottom too, we have a non-slip backing. We have tags. Like,
a what?
Non-slip backing. So like, you know, I can have something on here, like this coaster can, you know, how it doesn't really move.
So I'm not breaking my leg on your rugs.
Yeah, exactly. You can't sue us, so.
Yeah. You have that in the disclosure there. That's good. Yeah, these are really cool.
Yeah, we got a website
like,
too.
And I don't want to stereotype it either, but it's like such a, like, this makes me think of like all the good parts of like weed culture. Like, it just does. I don't know why. Like, it's one of the, like it's one of those things where it's like, when I picture like my favorite places in college where we'd sit around just like ripping a bowl. Yeah. It's like a cozy, warm environment with like cool images all around, and this is what I would like expect to be on the ground.
That's crazy you said the weed thing though, because I was saying for 420, I want to make like pre-drops and like be prepared for like things and holidays. Like for Christmas, we did the Grinch one and the elf feet.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
And yeah, you can see the process too of shaving and whatnot.
Oh, you guys are putting this on TikTok
yeah, like
too.
You see all these tools though. You know what I'm saying?
That's so cool.
It just makes a big difference in the final product. It's like me and Mizzy can make songs and go to the studio.
Did you make that, by the way? That video? Yeah. Nice job.
That's she kills the TikTok stuff.
That's good.
Me and Mizzy can go to the studio and have like a raw song, or we can have the engineer sit on it and take 4 hours to edit it and make it better than what the original would sound like. And that's like the same process with the rugs, I feel.
Yeah, you're just a pure creative, like in this way. I love talking with people like this.
I just feel like I'm a crazy nut, man. I'm just a psycho. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm crazy.
Good.
Like I don't like know what I'm doing. I just know I need to do something. And like,
well, besides that, how do you define crazy?
I would say
it's
just like having fun in your own madness. Like, I'm just like in my own world, that like sometimes if you're not in my world, you won't get it. But when you're in my world, you might agree with me that like, all right, he's not crazy. He's just a crazy genius. But, you know, like, I don't know. Sometimes my brain just, you know, it just keeps talking, and I can't even like, I don't even know what to spit out sometimes. Like certain shit just comes out and I don't even know what I'm talking about, but
because
we'll be all right.
You have a different, I'm trying to think like how I want to say this, but like,
sorry, be blunt, man. You can say it.
Creativity is such a personal thing, and it's different across everyone, not just like within different mediums like music or art, whatever it is. But you have to be able to... Fuck, this is so hard to explain, but I love this topic so much.
Yeah, let's do it.
Like you're talking about as someone who... You were a DJ for a long time. Like, that's what you like. You like curating sounds that other people made and putting them together and, like, kind of taking a gauge of, like, how everyone...
I just feel like all this shit is part of the process that I didn't know it was supposed to be part of the process.
So then you move on. Like, you move to rap where now you actually got to do it, right? Yeah. It's not just, like, you get to take everyone else and curate it. Now it's, like, I'm putting myself out there. And, like, you had talked...
I need to make music that you like now. Not where I'm playing music and I find it, oh, you like this song? I'm going to play it for you. Now I need to make songs, write songs, find beats that are hard hitting, you know, that like
pull that mic in just a little bit.
Want the crowd to go crazy, like you know, it's a lot.
But you were uncomfortable with that too, because you were like self-conscious, like, well, now I gotta make it too, and so now it's just not taking the best.
It was hard at first, man. Like especially just being who I was as a kid. Like I always knew, like 5 years old, I was gonna be like an entertainer. Like. My mom could say the same thing. She'd come up here and say the same shit, you know, like, when like teachers... You didn't
know it was music though. You just thought you were going to be an entertainer.
I kind of knew it was music. I just, like I said, like I didn't have the confidence in myself at the time. Cause like I had a lot of like people hating on me, bullying me, and like just a lot of shit I went through. A lot of crazy shit that molded me.
People were bullying you?
Yeah, man. I like bad.
I'm always curious about
bro,
that.
I wanted to like kill myself all the time, man.
Really?
Yeah, but like I didn't know I wanted to kill myself.
Why were they bullying you?
I think it was because they didn't get a reaction, you know? Like imagine you trying to get a reaction out of somebody that just doesn't like care what you're trying to say. Like you can, and like just after a certain point, it's like what, like I don't understand why you guys are just doing this. Like, what, are you guys just waking up and just like, you know what, let me just be mean for no reason? Like Not saying that like it was like fucking terrible every day in school, but I'm just saying like, you know, I'm sure everybody got picked on. I'm not saying I'm the
Sure.
you know, but
What was it, because you were different or what? Like, what was their logic? Not that there ever is
I
good
mean,
logic.
when I switched high schools, it was a lot of cliquey shit. It was a lot of like he say, she say. It was a lot of people making up rumors, and like I had to, you know, go out there, protect myself, and swat down these rumors. But like I don't care about that stuff now, because like, you know, and like all those people that used to bully and hate, like they're all hitting me up saying, "Yo, man, you're doing great," and it's just like one of those things where like I wish they could have like supported back then, because then like it could have been, I wouldn't say a different outcome, but it just would have been nice on me.
Yeah.
Because now like I just don't have like no I wouldn't say emotion, but like I just don't give a fuck. Like I'm at a point where like, especially with this music shit, it works out that I just don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say whatever I want. I'm gonna do whatever I want. I'm gonna act however the fuck I want, because I don't care anymore. And people pushed me to that point of like not caring. And yeah, I don't know. Dark times, you know, sometimes for me, but like I just get out of those funks, and I'm just grateful that, you know, I'm still here, man. Like, you know, like there's a lot of times in the past where I wish I wasn't here, and it's because of other people, and you know, and like I can't be a sucker like that and like have other people make me want to eliminate myself, you know, like I don't know.
It's crazy that like we're in our 20s, so we're young. This stuff like wasn't that long ago. You know?
Like,
but like
everything is new, man.
You think about though, like when you were 13, 14, 15, 16, you know, going through the end of middle school into high school, and like this shit that everyone was concerned about, or that was like
nothing.
a big
like your peak's over.
But here's the thing, and this is what's wild to me, and I think about this a lot. Those are the things that even if we know now, like, oh, that means nothing, or like, oh, that, why did we even talk about that or care? Those experiences and how they made you feel shaped how you look at things like for yourself in the world.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of people who never amount to anything because they got beaten down for years and years and years. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna be in this shell. And they don't look at it that way, like, oh, that's exactly why, and this is why I'm feeling this way. If they did, maybe they could get out of it. But like they let, you know, the younger years of like awkward kids throwing around stupid shit define them as a person, and then they never step out and do things like, oh yeah, you know what, fuck it, I think
people just didn't take me serious too. Like I knew what I was talking about, but people didn't understand what I was talking about, so they were just like reject. I can't even be a fan of that. I can't even entertain that. I don't know. I don't understand what you're talking about, you know?
You know what's interesting though? I like how you just said that. We're only 2 weeks into our newest sponsor, our friends over at Privado VPN, and yet I've already seen some of you go out and purchase the product and begin using it, and even a couple of you reach out to me and talk about how much you like it. Love to hear that. That's a beautiful thing. When I put something on here, it's always going to be something that I use and love, and I use and love Privado VPN, because Privado VPN gives me full speed with full privacy, and I can use it on multiple devices at one time. I think you can use up to 10 at a time. Not that anyone has that, but maybe you do. I don't know. So if you use the link in my description, there are two now. There's 8 Sleep and Privado. But use that link for Privado in my description. Head to the page that's the Trendifier page through Privado, like the actual company, and you will see a middle plan on the 3 plans listed there that is $4.99 a month, and that is the same one that I use. So click that, get started today, let me know how it's going, and enjoy Privado VPN. As much as I just made the point that it's kind of like this separate life you had that happened to shape you a little bit, but it's way different and it doesn't matter, that type of attitude is now the exact thing that we're seeing on like a massive scale in society with just like normal day-to-day shit where you can't talk about anything, because if you don't agree with this team or that team, like they're gonna all tell you to go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And it's because people are unknowingly, even if they're not worried about the stupid shit anymore, they're still living in that culture of like this is how we say things are, so that's how it is. And therefore, if you don't say that, then fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
And now it's like infecting our politics and shit, which is, it's wild.
No, there's a lot of crazy shit going on in the world, man. I love conspiracies. I love aliens. I'm an alien. I really think I'm an alien,
guy.
bro. I'm an alien.
So full disclosure.
Like when I go into the booth, like it's not me coming up with this music.
Oh, you're an alien in the booth.
Bro, like.
Are you an alien?
I don't know.
It's his twin.
I'm telling you, man.
I was waiting for the.
Nah, but for real, I just think like sometimes you go into the booth and you don't know what to say, but something comes to you, and like it's not even like me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something else, and like.
It's another creature speaking through you.
Bro, I know it sounds crazy, bro. I know it sounds crazy, man. I just think something else in the universe is like putting that thought. Because like you can be in the studio and not have like anything or a good song or anything, and then all of a sudden you can have just something hit you. And like you don't know where it came from, you don't know how you got it, but it just hit you. And like that's kind of what I'm referring to. I'm not thinking out here like I take my skin off and I'm an alien.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
But yeah.
No, it's a good way of putting it. It's like, all right, because I want to get to the alien thing too.
Yeah, let's do it.
Before that, like on what you just said, do you believe in like the weird? What's the term? I'm trying to think of it. Like it's like the eureka thing or like the deja vu thing, like these types of stuff where
like butterfly effect.
Yeah, where you can't explain why that just happened. But it did, and maybe you even saw it happen before it did, but you weren't aware of it.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying with this whole music journey. Like, I don't know if this is like, you know, the path that's already been laid in front of me. Like, and I'm just like in line, walking the line that's already been drawn. You know, like I feel like a lot of people have their story already written out. They just need to play their part.
Yeah, you got to do. Like that's the thing. Like you're making shit. You have an archive here now of 30, 40 songs you've been making. You're making more. Like you're creating. Like
still to this day, yeah.
That's the key. There's a lot of people who sit back and say, "Let me wait for it." You know what I mean? And
well, that's what I'm saying.
Happen.
I like holding on to songs that I believe in a lot that I feel should get released when the time's right. I don't want to drop all these like 90s sounding songs when like I was just trying to tell people I was a rapper, because then like God forbid I look like a wannabe and now I look like I want to be the next Beastie Boys. But now like since I've been rapping for a year, 2 years with Miz and we built our own sound.
3 years.
Yeah, 3, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. Well, I kind of took 2020 out because that nobody did anything that year.
Yeah.
But I just feel like what was I saying?
You were talking about like the journey of it and how it like kind of comes together because you've been creating now for, well, you're saying 2 years, but 3 years.
Yeah, like I honestly would forget my train of thought for real, but
it's all good. I do it all the time.
Yeah, brain fart.
All good. And like that's the beauty of this podcast. Like,
yeah, no, I love it. I love it. It's just talking.
There's no plan to it. It's whatever. But fuck it. Let's get right to the aliens. I got to come back to this.
Let's do
it. Full disclosure, I had never been like that. I don't want to say like not interested, but that was never something that like consumed my thoughts on the conspiracy level. I love thinking of some conspiracies, but I was never like, I wonder if like that person's an alien or like if we've discovered it here. But my one friend, Alessi, is like so into it. He's one of those guys who like every time Joe Rogan has on somebody who's like in the alien universe, he's listening to it 6 times.
Like that guy?
Right. Exactly. Tinfoil hat, full thing. So he's been like really pushing me like some of the stuff like where there's evidence, and it is more interesting to me now. So I'm just curious what people think, because it's almost like with the pandemic and how the whole world changed with COVID, now people are just like resigned to like crazy shit happening. So like, that must
you've seen
mean
like how CIA's been releasing their own documents and to the public.
Tell me
and
more
stuff.
about this. Yes, I've seen this.
I honestly don't know.
I saw the headline.
I'm just telling you, I'm an alien, man. That's it. But I just see a lot of things being thrown in our face, like aliens are real, like, but like it's where like they're throwing it in your face to like make you think it's a lie, you know?
Yes.
Like it's like, yo,
Yes,
let's show this crazy clip that looks like an alien and is an alien, but we'll just say that it's a kite. Like, like it's just like, and then you have someone, calling 911. I just seen something in the sky, yada, yada. And then like, you got the news coming out with alien sighting and yada, yada. And then like, this propaganda. And then all of a sudden you then see another story say like confirmed it was a plane flying from like, it's like they always put out so many stories to where you don't even know the real truth. You can't even like get the own truth because there's so many things out there getting put out.
It's like a diversion tactic.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. Yeah.
Same thing with this Maxwell trial, man.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? How they going to put on the dude who's going to jail for 100 years for the messed up brakes in the trucking accident, but you're not going to have the trial on for that.
Oh, that was so fucked up, by the way.
Oh, it's still going on.
Not the Epstein trial.
No,
just
yeah,
the
that's
one
what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's still going on. The trial. Yeah,
the trucker thing.
Yeah,
tell people what that was.
So,
that's fucking wild.
Yeah, this guy, I don't know the full story. All I know was his brakes gave out. He was driving like a 16, 18-wheeler, and he killed, I think, 4 or maybe more people, and it wasn't on purpose. And they're, the jury and the prosecutors where the case is are just trying to throw him the book and give him like 100 years.
Yeah,
and
they sentenced him to
5 million
112.
people signed a pension to saying like, yo, you guys need to revisit this. And now they're going to revisit it. They're probably hopefully going to get the governor involved and see if they can reduce the sentence to 15 to maybe even less years. Because I don't know if you remember.
They signed a petition.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. You said pension. I was like.
I said pension?
I was like, wait, there's another word.
Damn.
Oh, petition.
I said pension.
Nah, it's all good.
Yeah, I'm not the smartest either. But I can't spell to save my life. What was I going to say? But if you remember Tracy Morgan,
yes,
when he got into an accident with the truck wheeler guy, that guy didn't do a day in jail.
Yeah, because I think it was like kind of, if I remember correctly, it was very similar.
People
like
got murdered. People got murdered in that as well.
Yeah,
I mean, not murdered, but people died in that as well.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we should be looking at intent with this stuff. That trucker, everyone knows that trucker didn't try to kill anyone. His
100%.
brakes gave out.
100%.
Like what? Like that's the shit that scares me. Like my ultimate fear is being in a 6x8 box for something I didn't do.
No, you know what else scares me, bro? Like
What?
this all this COVID stuff.
How so?
Like, I feel like they're trying to make us into like almost like robots. Hear this crazy theory I got. It's crazy.
I already am starting to agree with you, but let's hear it.
So they want you, like this COVID shit loses your taste and your smell. I feel like they want us to lose all of our sensories, So like a lot of kids growing up now, if you watch violent things, you kind of just sit there like, wow, he just got his head blown off. Like, sick.
Right. You're used to it.
You don't have like an emotion. Like you have emotion, but it's kind of just like, I don't know. You're just used to seeing that type of shit. And I think with this COVID shit, like you're using your taste and your smell. There's people saying that like after they get it, they lose it for like forever. They don't get it back. I'm just thinking like, yo, they trying to turn us into robots out here, bro. On a slow scale. You got Elon Musk coming out with the Neuralink chip or whatever it's called.
Whatever it is.
Putting chips into people. He already got monkeys
Neuralink
playing Tetris and shit. Like, I know I'm probably looking crazy as hell, but whatever.
Not really.
That's what I think. You got people going on strike at McDonald's trying to get $15 an hour. They're going to get replaced with robots. Like, it's just wild to me. And at the first time ever in our world, existence of the human history, we're going on a decrease of population. First time ever. Humans are decreasing.
Is that data already? I haven't seen that. Is that data already happening?
Yeah,
like
because of COVID.
It's interesting. Keep talking. I'll pull something up.
And I don't know. That's all. I just that was just my little theory. Just so like I'm not looking crazy if it does come into fruition and true in the later years that they try to like start having people be robots and shit.
No, it's interesting how you said that because I agree with the overall meta theme of like they're just
now with the metaverse.
Weird
now with the metaverse, like I can feel this table, right? But now you got fucking Mark coming out with gloves.
Mark.
You got him coming out with gloves where you can like feel the resistance of you picking up a cup without you really picking up the cup. Yeah. And it's like you're replacing all these things that you're supposed to naturally just, like feel.
Yeah, while you're talking here, I'm pulling up like whatever sources I can get on that point as far as like population issues and whatever. So this one's I'm laughing. This one's from the World Economic Forum. And I'm just reading, the headline is COVID-19 could see U.S. population shrink faster, which shouldn't make people feel good because this is the place that everyone's always like dropping the whole conspiracy theories of like New World Order on.
Yeah,
these are the guys like in Europe who like have all the different powerful people meet. Nah, I mean, I haven't heard someone put it exactly like that though, where you're tying in the whole like symbolism of the taste and smell going away for people.
Bro,
and then
I know it
comes
sounds
back.
crazy. It's just like, like they're dropping variants. Like me and Mizzy should be dropping mixtapes. Like it's crazy. Like
yes,
you know
yes,
what I'm saying?
they are.
Like they're like, and it's like, do all of these variants lie under COVID, or is it like it's like a is it like a like I don't know, when they come out with the next one, is that considered COVID-19 still too under the same bracket, or is it like
I don't
like where's flu
either.
at?
I don't know.
Like I feel like I don't even hear about the flu anymore.
I've heard, and like that's the thing. I've heard some people, because it's quote unquote flu season now.
Yeah.
Who have been getting it, who are testing negative for COVID. So it's still here, but we don't talk about it. And then they keep coming out with these variants. And like, I mean, the good news should be like this Omicron one that just happened is not severe. Apparently, like it's way less. Like people are getting it.
I think they need to keep coming out with variants until they can get all ages vaccinated. I think that's what they really want. Like think about it. First COVID came out, right? Or COVID-19, 20, whatever it was called, and then they wanted only people up to 18 and older or 16 and up to get the vaccine. The Delta came out, then they were like, "Yo, we're gonna pitch for like 13 to 16-year-olds to get this so we can have schools going because schools are going crazy and now kids can get this Delta." And then like the Omicron or whatever that it's called, they're like, yeah, now kids can get this, like little babies. And like I just think it's fine. Like 100%, but I think it's more like you can be fine, but if somebody's telling you you're broken, like you're gonna check if you're broken all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I don't like going to doctors all the time, because like doctors just try to put you on shit or fucking.
Depends on the doctor, but
yeah, 100%, 100%. There's a lot of great doctors out there. I definitely mean that. I'm saying more like psychiatrists and stuff that like just want to put you on pills and be like, see you later. Like I have a friend who is a psychiatrist, and she says she has 4 visits with a patient until she can't see that patient anymore if they don't get prescribed onto the pills that they prescribed for them. And it's like, shit's crazy, bro.
Wait, so she makes people, she's saying that like she prescribes them with something almost every time?
Yes.
And they have to do it.
Or they won't get another visit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, see, I think that's a part of the problem. Like, yeah. And don't get me wrong.
But now you're getting a COVID pill too. Did you see that?
Yeah. Yeah,
Come
and
on,
that's going to be like from Pfizer or whatever.
What's that? That's a new vitamin? I ain't taking that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's almost, you were saying something earlier, I don't know if it was before we were recording or not, but it was about something entirely different where you're like, they want you to believe the opposite of what it is. Like maybe that's the end result. Like they're putting something out there to be like a diversion so that it makes you be like, no.
Well, yeah, that was the alien thing.
That's it. So it wasn't, that was like 10 minutes ago. Sorry. It's all
good.
But like,
we here for a good time.
So you were saying they put out a lot of alien information so that you're kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever. Fuck this.
100%. And then right under your eyes, they're putting up CIA documents of UFOs confirmed and like, military using UFO technology to, make the iPhone and shit. Like, I'm not saying that's how they made the iPhone, but like, like it's just wild. Like, and I think it's just going to get progressively worse. And I think we're also in a awesome time of like this metaverse thing, but that's also good and bad. It's good for people like me and you because we have an understanding of like, I can go play outside for 60 minutes and also know how to play the game. But like kids are growing up to just being like game, Fortnite. I don't want to go outside. Like me and you at least played with a basketball when we were 14, 12 years old, playing ding dong ditch or jailbreak or whatever. Kids growing up are, not really playing sports anymore, but they're going to dip and dabble into playing Fortnite. And then you got the metaverse where you got this headset that sits on you and it's going to be like Ready Player One. And people are just going to live in these worlds because you have to think it's all about energy. If you're putting 50% of your energy into the metaverse, that means you're going to be basically putting 50% of your life into that metaverse. If you have digital assets that make you look cool, you're going to want to make sure you can show off your digital assets in that metaverse. You know, you might not have the coolest shoes in real life, but you might have the craziest kicks in the metaverse, and that makes you feel good. So you want to walk around in your metaverse kicks rather than your own shoes. Like, it's where it's going to, again, take away from a lot of emotion, because how many times, I'm sure you do this, how many times do you say ha 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 in a text message and you're not even laughing?
A fair amount. I know a lot of people who do it all the time.
You got that stare face. You're like ha 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 ha. You're not even laughing. You know, like
I actually do laugh a lot when I say that. Like I'll smile.
I mean, there's some times where you get that long ha ha ha. But if somebody does a little LOL or something, like, you know,
LOL,
like,
no way.
They're not really. You're not really like laughing or whatever. So I just think like all these little things are gonna be to a bigger problem. But you know, we'll be, I guess, okay if that
will we. But that's the thing. Like, the youngest generations always form culture, right? And then people end up getting with it. That's why your grandma's on Facebook now, because 12 years ago was the important thing for 13-year-olds. And so eventually she made her way there. Now it's just all your grandmas and aunts and uncles on there. But like, everything is crafted through that. And yet these kids that are coming up, it's almost like COVID just ensured that that's the way it's going to go. Because now, like, I feel so bad for anyone who's like still in school at all the way up to college, who is just like,
that's what I'm saying. I skipped all that. I don't know that life. They just like, they don't know how like, we don't know the mask life of going to school, right? Or we don't know the mask life of, like, you know, being 6 years old and having something on your face, but you don't even understand why you have it on your face. You know, like, we don't live that life. Like, they have to live that life, and then they're gonna grow up and see, like, holy shit, like, you guys weren't wearing masks like 20 years ago. Just like how when we grew up and we're like, holy shit, you could talk on your cell phone while driving, and now it's a ticket, and now it's a law, and now, you know, you can get in trouble for it. Like, it's just, as time progresses, things have to change, because I guess of so many situations that go bad.
We all fight change, like, as humans. It's a natural thing, but it happens all the time. And once it happens, because we can't decide that it's not going to happen.
I just don't like control change. Control change. That's where it's like, you know, like, you should have a choice to do what you want to do with your body. Like, agreed. You know, if you want to be vaccinated or not, cool beans. You know, that's up to you completely.
That's what I'm saying with that point we were talking about, with the whole, like, wanting you to do the opposite of stuff. I feel like there has been almost like purposeful bullshitting going on to make
wear a mask,
people,
don't wear a mask.
Yeah,
wear
but not just
masks.
that. But even like with the vaccine, to make people, like, it's almost like it's designed so that a lot of people will question it. And then you'll get all the people who don't and are then hardos about it, and they tell them to go fuck themselves and back and forth. And it's like boom, 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 boom.
It's a new division.
Yes.
It's vax or no vax now. You know what I'm saying? It's a new thing to fight over. Republican, Democrat, vax or non-vax. Like, it's going to be a thing presidents try to talk about while getting reelected. I'll make sure your jobs are good if you guys aren't vaxxed. Like, 100%. You know, it's going to be like the new thing. You're going to have, like, communities of non-vax people probably, because you're going to have cities like New York be like, if you don't have a vax card, you ain't going eating anywhere. Like, I tried to go get a cheeseburger. I couldn't even go in the door. They had somebody checking the door like it was a club. Like, do you have your card? Like, I never seen that ever in my life. And
it's that word you used. It's a division tactic.
Yeah. Yeah, it's right in front of us, and you'll just see what it becomes into in the upcoming years. I'm sure it will get worse. I'm sure you're gonna have shit where people are gonna start confusing, like, colds. Like, you can maybe have a fever and they'll look at you like you got COVID or something. You know, like, I remember when COVID first came out, people were trying not to cough.
Yeah,
people were like.
Remember washing our hands like every 5 seconds?
100%. People were washing their groceries, like bag of chips, washing the whole bag of chips, like, wild. But yeah, we live in an awesome world, though, man. Only humans in existence that live this shit. I'll tell you that.
I mean, it's just everything. The easiest way to convince people to do something, could be a sale, could be a directive, could be whatever, is fear.
I was just gonna say fear too, man. That's crazy.
That's what they use.
No, it is. You're right.
The whole thing, and it's like they don't just take things that are totally untrue, right? So like you got a lot of people out there that are like COVID isn't real, and it's like, well, no, that's not the case.
It's
like
definitely real.
It definitely is. It's not good, but like they'll take that thing where it's like, oh, here's a real thing, and they'll say, but we're gonna make it sound like everyone's getting cancer and is gonna die tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
So they take it from 35 miles an hour to 150, and they do it with everything. It's the same thing like we talk about race a lot on this show with all different people because it's an important issue. But
100%.
like, while I can agree, like, yeah, we still have a lot of things wrong that we got to fix, and I want to be a part of someone that raises these points and is a part of that solution. Yeah, I mean, we're not living in 1840 though. I like that should be a reasonable statement. But then you talk to people who have been convinced that like, oh no, we are. That's what it is, And so to me, I'm just so sick of, and I talk about this theme a lot, but I'm so sick of everything being driven off of such a fear tactic that we only have the two camps of people who go, fuck it, none of it's real, or the people who are like, this is literally the end of the world. We're not going to be here tomorrow because of this.
Yeah, I think that people just don't do a lot of research sometimes. People love to just go on Facebook and sometimes just, troll or disagree or share things that they don't know what they're talking about. And
it works from every angle.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm misinformed about a lot of things that I talk about, but you got to just learn and correct yourself if you're wrong or have somebody teach you the right way of knowing something about a subject or, how to act in life or whatever. But
we made that wrong, though. This is another great point you're raising right here. Like, we now make it a weakness to be able to say, I was wrong about that.
I also think, other people that are wrong are billionaires like Bill Gates that is like, he's out here in 19 whatever making Windows and making the viruses for Windows, and then in 2016 doing TED Talks saying, yeah, the next thing isn't a war, it's a virus. And then, we get this COVID stuff, and then now he's out here with his wife, and his wife got a whole medical, like, they had, what is it called?
The Gates Foundation?
Yeah, they have like a...
they've been doing
scientific, medical field thing, but it's like, bro, how you miss your computer going into technology, like, and now you're with technology and science, and...
See, I could see it if weird. Not, if he didn't talk about it like he was... like the lead epidemiologist. That's where you have an issue, and that's where I have an issue too. It's like, okay, Bill Gates, smart guy, made a software company. You're an engineer. All right, you have this foundation that supposedly does great work for health initiatives. Awesome. Let's hear from the people at the foundation who are doctors. People like that's what I mean. Like, it's
you
almost
seen the thing with Fauci too. The documents.
Which thing?
The document. All the emails released of him. Like,
yeah,
that's crazy, bro.
Dude, I do avoid talking about him on here because
I'm sorry. We don't have to talk about him.
No, all good. He's gonna come up, but. I really...
but it's just people like that keep putting like false things into the spotlight.
And then they yell at everyone else because when someone says something that they're not saying, that must mean it's false. And therefore they're questioning what we're saying, so it's not true.
Yeah, but they're not even practicing what they preach either at the same
time. No, they
don't.
They don't. I mean, it's all theater. Like the whole mask thing at this point is brain damaging to me. People walk into a place and take off the mask. Like... It was so important to walk in with it. Now you took it off. And it's everyone, dude. It's not like dumb people or smart people. It is anyone is susceptible to it. I see it all the time. Yeah. I'm like, have you thought about this?
China's had it for even before COVID.
What do you mean?
They were walking around with masks before COVID because the air quality's so bad.
Yeah.
And
they had a reason, but exactly, they had a reason to do it. Like they're fucking up they're causing climate change.
100%. And it's just wild that that they have, like, I don't know, just like how a mask can rule and determine so much. It can determine if you come into a store. When if I come into the store and I take my mask off, now I have my mask off when I eat, but you just wanted me to have a mask on when I came in. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, how am I going to go to a restaurant, have a mask on? You need a mask on to enter the restaurant, sir. And I enter the restaurant, and then I sit down, and then I take it off, And then it's like
COVID waits at the please be seated sign. It knows.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you guys like? I feel like a lot of people are also upset and just want to tell you like wear a mask because they can't say anything else but wear a mask.
They're
like,
scared.
Yeah, they don't want to deal with that. You're right. You shouldn't have to wear it. I know. But like it's where their bosses are like, yo, this is policy. We're getting yelled at by the state and the government to implement these protocols and, making sure we have the signs on the door and stuff. And if people don't follow them, you got to follow, you got to make sure they follow the rules. And it's just a little weird.
It's a litigious society. They're, like I know a lot of great lawyers. I happen to like a lot of lawyers too. They're critical. They run our legal system in a way. But I do think we are at a point where they are running the world. And
lawyers?
Yes. And what I mean by that is, what is a lawyer's job, like overall? It is risk management, right? Not assuming you're already on trial for something. Then they got to fight it and defend it. But I'm saying like a lot of lawyers, they're there to tell you don't do this, or they advise you, they counsel you. So their job is to think in worst case scenarios. Very important. When you have a bunch of people like that who then think like that in everything and put it on every part of culture, you are now concerned about every little thing that happens to the point that you try to avoid everything. You're basically walking out. You don't walk outside. I'm not just talking about COVID. I'm talking about like in general, like in your life, you're like, you wake up and you go, well, if I take the wrong step out of bed, I may fall over and die.
Yeah.
Right.
Done. Not getting out of bed anymore.
I remember because I was a banker in my previous life. And that was the thing that drove me nuts about banks. They were, some of those bankers really fucked over people in 08.
Well, sometimes you learn about shit in jobs that you just wouldn't even know.
Exactly. I would have never, coming out of college,
how that girl told me about the psychologist and how they do that shit. Or, I used to work for a solar company and they just want to target old people because when they
target old people.
Yeah. When in solar, like, I had to cold call people all the time. I would cold call like 200 people.
When you say solar, like solar energy, like panels?
Yeah, panels on the roof.
Got it.
And I would have the information of the people I was contacting. I would have their name, their address, and all right before I call them. Now, I'm about to call Mary. Hey, Mary, how are you? Would you like to get solar today? I just need to know a few things to determine if you're eligible. I need to make sure you have a credit score. I need to make sure you have no trees. And I need to make sure you get good enough sun. Or there's no point for solar if you don't have no sun on your home, if you have around trees and shit. So when you target these old people and they don't really know what they're talking about, and then, mind you, if they go through with the solar and sign up, there's little things in these contracts saying like, if you don't pay a bill, we technically own your home. Like in the solar contracts, because you're putting like you don't even own the solar unless you buy it outright. You don't own the solar panels, so you're putting these panels on your roof, but the company realistically owns your roof because they're selling your electric back to like Atlantic City Electric and the power grid. And when you target old people, let's say you get a 70-year-old in a 20-year contract. I'm not saying everybody lives to 90, but God forbid, she, passed away when she was 73. Now that solar company owns your home.
Owns the home?
If she died, they own the home.
Really?
Yeah, they can own it outright. If they don't pay their bills, own the home.
So they can put like a lien, and I'm probably stretching the words, but they can put like a lien.
A lien, yes.
Wow.
Exactly that word, the lien. Yep. Not the one you drink, but that one.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's a fine print contract where you're taking advantage of people technically to do that. But, even think on a more harmless level than that. Because, not to be cynical, but shit like that.
You sign up.
Happens, right?
You get what you sign up for with that, too.
Think about Wall Street in the 80s.
Yeah, bro. You're just cold calling people saying, dude, this stock's going to go bonko, bro.
Exactly.
If you don't get in right now, and then you get in, and then they take all your money.
But just thinking, like, more even harmlessly and simple at the highest level. I remember there was a law that came into finance in 2017 or 2018, doesn't really matter. It was called this fiduciary standard. So it just meant, I'm way overgeneralizing, but it meant that like people who manage money had to do what's in the best interest of the client, and it had all this 800 pages of how that was going to happen.
Yeah.
And so there were all kinds of new stipulations you had to have on certain assets that you manage. And so 401k plans, which are company-wide retirement plans.
I was going to bring up the 401k thing too.
We're sitting in a meeting. This is like right when it came out, like 2017. We're sitting in a meeting with a partner at a majorly global law firm who is one of the things he does like for the actual firm is he's the head of the committee for 401k. And this was a big 401k. So we're sitting there like, wow, this is a big opportunity. And the thing that he said did not strike me at the time that much. But the more the years go on and I see things happen in society, the more I'm like, holy shit, this is the problem. The thing he said at the front was, my boss asked him the question, he goes, what do you most like want to get out of this? Like, why are you looking at this? Why are you looking at like changing plans and working with us or whatever? And he goes, I don't want to be the first. And we're all looking at him like, what do you mean the first? And he's like, I don't want to be the first law firm that is sued successfully over not doing this correctly within the bounds of this new law that I don't really understand.
Wow.
And so his whole, and I don't blame him, his whole thing was like, how do we not lose?
Yeah.
Not, hey, what opportunities do we have here? How can we gain? No, it was, how do we not lose? So now look across society and think about everything else and where all these lawyers are coming in saying, well, if this happens, that could happen too, about every fucking thing. And it comes down to this whole idea of like, it is a fear of loss. And they will constantly tell you like, no, it's not okay to lose one life out of 350 million people because that's one too many, which in theory, of course, like if it's my father or my kid or something, yeah, it's devastating, right?
Yeah.
But like numbers are numbers. Law of large populations do exist. So like when shit does happen, if it's one person out of a million, hey, I could go get hit by a bus tomorrow too. Mm-hmm. Are we going to stop buses? We're going to stop crossing streets? Like, where does it end? That's what I'm like. You were bringing up that meta theme, but like that overall
with the metaverse,
symbol.
with scamming, I think the metaverse is going to be a huge place to scam people.
Oh yeah.
Imagine you lose your mom, dad, or grandmom, and you want to see them so bad again in the metaverse that you can like digitally get them to be computerized into the metaverse, and you're paying $10,000 just to have tea with your grandma again. You know?
And that's the question, like, is it your grandma or is it like this weird...
It would be like an avatar, it'd be like a Bitmoji of your grandma. That's why I think when people start getting plugged up in the later years, 15 years, like you're going to be in like a computer, like how Willy Wonka kid that got zapped and he was in the TV, like that's what this shit's going to be.
Yeah, I'm just pulling this out. Keep going.
Oh, sorry.
Keep that with you.
Yeah, that's just what it's going to be, I feel. Just, like how we have like 5 different emails so we don't get like hit with like scams and shit or like email scams, like, you know,
still do.
Yeah. But like the next generation is going to have to deal with metaverse scams and Web.3 scams like that we kind of knew on Web.2. Like when, I don't know, if you see like a weird email and it says like, you need to change your password on Facebook, but somebody's really trying to hack you. It's like, I'm not clicking that link. Like, I'd already know what that is. But somebody like my mom clicks that link, and then, she just sent out a fucking dick pic to fucking her whole fucking, you know, coworkers and shit, but she didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Like, it's just where there's going to be a lot of people who live and learn.
Do you think it's like the Matrix? Like, is that where we're going?
I don't know, man. We're probably already in a Matrix. We just don't even know it, man.
We are.
That's why I'm saying, like,
symbolically.
Yeah,
yes.
That's why I'm saying, like everybody's story's already written, you know, and like maybe we just wake up and we are in a different story that we don't even like know.
That's what it does feel like. Some things are just so like according to the plan.
Yeah, and like
things
things are perfectly placed. Like there's so many things that worked out for like me and Mrs. Favor to where like we were at the right place in the right time, but it felt so weird that like how? Like one time we went to Bam's house from Jackass, and
Bam Margera.
Yeah, and we were using his house for a music video spot. And before,
where's his house?
It's in like Westchester, PA.
Gotcha.
And before we went there, we were going because he has like a skate park in his house, a huge skate park. I'm talking like he has a code on his gate to where like local skaters can come type in the code and go skate type shit. Like he's that cool.
How big is this place?
It's big, bro. Like I'm at least like half a football field, or if not, like
in his house.
No, it's outside, but apart from the house. But it's big.
And it's like fenced in, so you got to put in a code.
Nah, like he has his house fenced in, but I'm saying like he has a thing on the. I'm sure you could probably look it up.
Yeah, I'll pull it up. Keep going.
Yeah, so we went there and talk about perfect place, perfect timing, and this guy Joe, we call him Joey Goosecock, and he's a mechanic. He has his own body shop and shit, and we're about to go on tour, but before we agreed to these guys to going on the tour, we didn't have a way of getting on tour. So we were like, fuck, we need a bus. Like, how are we going to find a school bus or whatever to go on tour, bro? That's going to be crazy expensive. So we go to fucking Bam's house, meet this guy, Joe, who's skating there. He's like, bro, I'm a mechanic. I got buses, I got jet skis, I got boats, I got whatever you need. I'm like, holy shit, this is crazy. He fucking hooks us up with the bus. We go to there. We sleep over at the shop for like a week. We're taking out the seats, sawing them off. He's paying his workers daily wage just to work on our bus. Like, it was fire. And
this is positive shit, though.
Yeah.
Like, this is where like life lines up, and like you put yourself in the moment, and then like, oh, this thing happens.
It's like, you know, it's just crazy. Like,
I feel like it happens with the negative shit though too.
No, it
and
definitely
it's like
does. Like,
it's not spontaneous.
I feel like the negative shit is people that come into your life that you need to detect. Are you negative, or are you gonna help me in life? Like,
sure. I'm talking about something different though. I'm talking about the original thing you were saying before this.
Just perfect place, perfect timing?
No. Yes, but for bad. Like, it almost feels like when you see a COVID happening.
Or like too good to be true, you're saying?
No. I'm going off the positive. I'm going straight down the negative hole right
Yeah, I know.
here.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying,
too good
like,
to be true. Isn't that negative?
No, it feels like, how do I want to say this? It feels like this thing happened and then that thing did, and there's like people like puppets on a string making sure it keeps on going in order. It's not like just, oh, the universe put this guy right here and now we're talking and like we're doing business together. And now it's more like, oh no, like they simulated this shit. This whole like we're going to the metaverse.
Yeah, like who eats at Arby's?
Who eats at Arby's?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're like,
you're all over the place.
I told you, bro.
You're keeping me on my toes.
I told you I am, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're saying putting shit there. Like, who the fuck eats at Arby's?
I haven't been to an Arby's
bro,
since the Vietnam War ended.
shit is made for like drug companies or some crazy shit just to collect, dog. Like, who shops at a mattress firm? Like, I got all these mattresses, sleepies and shit. Like, bro, they got huge ass drug rings or some crazy shit. Who the fuck is going out and shopping for a mattress at these mattress firms?
I'm sponsored by a mattress company.
Are you really?
I swear to God.
Do they have
not like that?
All right,
it's all
I was gonna say,
what
kind of company are you talking about?
It's a tech company. They put a fucking robot on your mattress. You know, it's
saying,
pretty
man?
wild shit. Maybe that's it. Maybe they're like roboting us up during our sleep.
I'm fucking telling you, man.
I don't think 8 Sleep's doing that, by the way. I love you guys, but just saying. Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying with that. It's just like, it feels like you did say too good to be true. I'll say too bad to be true on some stuff where it's like, no, this doesn't all happen without people pulling the strings and making this stuff happen. I'm not saying that with like COVID and whatever, but yeah, I worry about like in the future, like look at what this has done to us. What happens when, you know, countries are using biological warfare on people?
Yeah.
I don't, not in a virus or whatever the fuck, like they make something
100%.
new.
I think this is all tests to see like what a warfare on a virus could be like. You know, like other countries can be preparing for something more serious or something way more lethal that is this. Yeah. You know, like just when 9/11 happened, like security's revamped up like crazy, you know? Like I remember my dad went to St. Martin and I went with him, and after we came back, he brought home like a diamondback turtle in his pocket in like a Marlboro cigarette case. And like if you went through security with that,
like a baby turtle?
Yeah, diamondback. Yeah, I named it Jaws. It died though. It was nice while it lasted. We ain't here for a long time. Just a good time, baby. That's it.
Did he die in the cigarette box?
Nah.
Okay.
He died in Jersey. He died in Jersey. True.
He died on his feet.
Yeah. True turtle.
So this is pre 9/11 though. You're saying?
Yeah, pre 9/11. This is when I was very young and stuff. But I'm saying like things need to happen for there to be a real change. You know, like you can tell people wash your hands, but then COVID comes, and then like now you really want to wash your hands. So like it's just weird.
And it doesn't always have to just be people planned something out and then made a disaster happen, and then that's what did it. It can also be people take advantage of shit when it comes. Like, oh, this is now, we've always wanted to do this. This is now a huge opportunity. Like 9/11, you know, there's people out there who are like, oh, it was an inside job. I don't believe any of that shit. I think that's crazy. But yeah, did they take advantage of that with like the Patriot Act and then everything they did to people and how they took away everyone's privacy without them even noticing because they put it in a 10,000 page piece of legislation on a Tuesday.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they did.
That's what I'm saying.
They did. That's a fact. They did that.
No, I know, but then they release it to you and act like we told you, but you're not reading 10 pages of this shit, so you're not really gonna know. But then some smart guy from fucking Alaska is like, nah, man, this is bullshit, bro. I can't believe y'all are doing this. But you don't have enough people with them saying like, yeah, you're right, bro. You just got all these other people being like, it's all good, bro. They have my information, whatever. I don't even know about it. People just, I think a lot of people are cool with shit that they also don't know. Like, if you don't know that your privacy is in breach, are you really going to be concerned?
No. Or if you know, but you don't care.
Yeah, that too. Like, people share my number and my email that, like, if I sign up for something, it's like, I can't really do anything about it. I know that they're going to lie and say they're protecting my info when I know that's a lie. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
With
like
what?
Yeah. It's
security guard outside.
and everything's all money. Everything's all money. Your information is money to somebody else, to a company. Like I said, for the solar shit, like, we were paying a company from India to find people in America that wanted solar, and if we had like an appointment set up, we would pay them an additional fee for giving us that person that would have been more inclined to getting solar. It's like everything's money.
It's everything in the world is follow the money. My guy Jim DiOrio, Special Agent Jim DiOrio, has been on here. He talks about that. It's everything.
It sucks, and it's also awesome because when you got money, that's real freedom. You can do whatever fuck you want when you got mad money.
But I always wonder about that though, because like, you talk about like Bill Gates and stuff like that, but
Bill Gates is probably like talking to like a computer every time he wakes up, like waking up and having it's like, good morning, Bill. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
there's fuck you money, and a lot of people have it.
Yeah.
I'm always curious though about like the people who get it and just like live in their house with, a hot wife and enjoy the night, go out and have dinner somewhere and have a good time and like are down to relax, versus the people who get it and then they're like, oh, let me take over the world.
I feel like maybe there's people that have money and that can actually do something with the money, like, Elon, to where, like, it's not where I'm just going to be like Dan Balzerian and show you spending my money with all these hot girls and, like, I'm just not really doing anything. I'm making you jealous or making you wish you had this life. Like, Elon is, like, saying, I got all this money and I want to help civilization.
Yes.
I want us to either go on Mars, or I want us to, be smarter with this chip, or, I want, Tesla to rule the world. Like, whatever it is, like, it's, I think it's within your own mission too, as a person, and whatever money you have, that whatever you want to do with it.
And he's supposedly using it for like the good and stuff too.
I would say it's good. I don't really know a lot about him.
I'm a fan. I mean, you can see.
I'm a fan. I fuck with it. I think also, stuff that's gonna, like, just because we're all over the place, we can call this an all over the place episode because we're all over the place.
This is a great way to end the year. Last episode of the year.
Yeah, definitely. All over the place. And like Tesla, I can see that company branching off into a smaller company that can take over Uber and be like, fuck having drivers, and we'll have this company that picks you up, takes you home. And then now if you got where you're paying Tesla every day to get to work and self-drive you here and there, whatever, places like insurance companies are going to go bankrupt and add a fucking poof. And then I also think shit like Airbnb is going to take over hotels and shit.
That's
and make
happening.
them fucking go poof.
Yeah.
And, it's just a lot of shit. And now, like, with crypto and all, like, banks are going to be poof soon because you can put 30 G's into an account when your little baby is fucking 1, and then when she's 30, you got $30 worth of interest. Thanks for the sandwich, Dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can put $50 into crypto when Bitcoin is at like a cent, and now I got $50 billion. Like, it's just wild.
It's why, and like you have to see like how stuff lasts, and like with crypto, there's a lot of bullshit out there too.
There is. There's a lot of you got to know your shit.
You got to separate.
Same with these NFTs. Like, I got bots nonstop hitting me up saying like, "Oh, I know you're interested in this NFT project," and it's like the same, like, like it's like kindergartner drawings, and like it's just all the same. And the bad thing about it is, like I said, we will know the difference because we already know a little bit about NFTs and crypto, but somebody who's getting new into it, like if I were to tell like my 14-year-old cousin that doesn't know nothing about crypto, and then now he sees like this new project that came out and sees that I don't know, Soulja Boy got paid to shout it out on Instagram.
Yeah.
He's now like, I'm inclined to buy it because Soulja Boy talked about it.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, you got all these celebrities just using their clout as like, I'm going to build this NFT community, when really you're just like, you're selling it because you know your artistry is going to sell it, not because you have an actual dope community behind it. So
There is a lot where people are seeing through that now still
No,
at this point. But yeah, there's, not to name names, but you're seeing projects where it's clearly just a cash grab from someone who's got 10 million on Instagram, you know? And the whole thing about like people out there being paid to promote it,
that's
that
facts.
shit sits so wrong with me. Like if this were regulated like the stock market, could you imagine that?
Bro, I know dudes that make their own coin and have people and pay them to promote their own coin. And then
That's dangerous.
That's a rug pull.
Yeah, it's not just a rug pull though. Like stuff,
and
like,
I make rugs.
stuff like that though is gonna be like, the way I try to look at it is, okay, if this isn't a law right now, if the government wants to make a case at some point, could they find a way to do it? If that answer in the back of your head is yes, it's probably going to be a yes, right? And it's not going to matter what the law is.
Like, I feel like it's going to be how like the 401ks are, how they're like a scam. And, you know, like, cool, you can have your $500,000, or you can have, you know, let's say you got a couple mil saved in the 401k. And then when you want to take that out, you have to pay like close to 50%.
Well,
giving them 50% just for you holding it type shit.
You're paying, so, and I'll separate the two. There's two things that can happen. You can take it out too early, where you're not allowed to,
and you get penalized,
and you get penalized 10% on top right away.
Yeah.
The other one though is like, when you do take it out, you pay your income bracket at the time. So
it gets taken out as your income.
I guess my best argument for that in the defense, and I'm not a guy who defends systems, but if I were being an unbiased party, when you put the money into the 401k, you don't get taxed on it, right? And if you didn't have it in there, you would be getting taxed on it. So then they say, well, you put it in now when you're 35 years old and you're in the 35% tax bracket, and you'll get to take it out when you're 65, and now you're only in the 20% tax bracket. So and it grew tax-free that whole time. I guess I get that. But the rat race of it, of like, oh, well, this is why you go get a job somewhere, and then this incentivizes you to stay here because we're going to give you an extra 2% on that, and don't worry, when you're 65, you'll use it.
We'll match what you put. Yeah, 100%.
That shit rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, and it's like they can match that shit all day, but like what I do like, because I don't think Wawa doesn't have a 401k, does it? They just give you stock.
I know nothing.
You know nothing about Wawa?
Not their system.
I don't work there either or anything.
I love Wawa. I don't know anything about their...
Yeah, so I know of this grandma who, she worked there long enough, I think, like, from maybe early 20s, and she got like $2 million in stock from Wawa from over the years.
They're not...
They give out... I'm sure you can look it up.
Yeah, because they're not a public company, right?
I don't know. I just know, like, if you work there long enough, you get a certain amount of stock.
Wawa employee stock. I love Wawa, but I know nothing about this. Benefits and employee stock ownership. Oh, they have an ESOP plan.
So
these are weird. I never ran one of these personally. There was one time I looked at business with it.
It is
really
401k.
Weird. Yeah. But so the way employee stock ownership plans, fuck. I'm going to totally botch how to explain this because, again, I never had to manage one of these myself. I only ever looked at doing one.
Yeah, like, is it a scam?
But it's weird in that...
Or it keeps you there long enough that you think you're making money, but you're, like, just giving them more of your time.
I think so. Because what it does is they try to... It's exactly what the name labels there. They try to then say, as an employee, you get a certain... like, you're a part owner of this.
Yeah, exactly.
And look... If I were a good person and I did it to the letter of the law of what it's meant to be set up to benefit, yeah, I'll bet there is a great way to do it that's also fair to everyone. But we all know that's in a free market. That's not really what ends up happening.
Hell no.
You know, I know nothing about Wawa, so I won't comment. But like, you know, if you're talking about this lady, how long was she working there?
She's probably years, man. This is probably her career.
To me, so is she like a woman working behind the cash register?
Nah, I think as you get promoted too, you probably earn more.
Right. So she was working for corporate.
Nah, yeah,
She was working for Wawa corporate.
Yeah, she was definitely like manager or like assistant or whatever. She was up there.
But in the store. So she's in the store. Okay, so she's in the store. She's not a corporate.
No,
so
she's in the store, Wawa store. I'm talking like she started out probably making hoagies and ended out with $2 million.
I'd have to know how long, and I'd have to do a full financial.
No, I'm not saying it's worth it. I'm just saying
it could go either way.
I'm not. It's not like you get paid like, and that's how you get paid from Wawa. That's just like I think an extra like, if you work at Wawa, this is what we do for our employees here. You get to have the what did you say it was EPOS?
ESOP.
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 Employee stock ownership plan.
Yeah. So that's what I think. But I never worked at Wawa. I was a bag boy. I worked at this place called Castles in Margate, and I was a bag boy. And like
Castles.
Yeah,
Is that a restaurant?
Nah, it's a supermarket.
There's a supermarket called Castles?
Yeah.
It's not White Castle.
Nah, it's just
That's where you
Castles.
get burgers.
It's got a red castle. It's got a red castle though. It has
Where
like a little.
is that?
It's in Margate.
Yeah, but where in Margate?
I would say it's right on Ventnor Ave.
I'm a Maynard's guy. I never.
It's right around there.
Really?
Yeah, like you know where that Wawa is?
Of course,
near
everyone
Maynard's.
knows where that Wawa is.
So if you go like up like 10 blocks, like you're trying to go towards
Ventnor, Longport,
you'll see Castles because it's next to I don't know if you know Dino's Steaks.
Never been there. I've heard of that, but I've never been.
Yeah, that's where that's at. And I used to be a bag boy there, man. That's where I got the nickname V Bags.
V Bags?
Yeah, V Bags. They used to call me V Bags in high school. No, not
Why
high school.
the V?
I'm sorry.
Oh, Vinny Bags. Right.
Yeah, Vinny Bag of Donuts.
That's it.
Yeah, Vinny Bag of Donuts.
That's like straight out.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
mom.
That's my boy Rob Baselli. He used to call
Vinny
me that.
Bags.
He's a
bags
Vinny Bag of
it.
Donuts.
Yeah.
Or he used to call me Sonny D. But yeah, I don't know why I brought up that old job.
We're talking about ESOP plans.
Yeah.
So you didn't get an ESOP plan at Castle?
Nah, I definitely didn't. Yeah,
you didn't walk out of there with stock.
Nah, definitely not. I didn't get none of that shit. No, I left a lot of my jobs for real. I just like quit. I was just like,
you don't seem like the kind of guy that could stay doing something boring for very long.
Hell no, man. I'm like, I gotta move or I'm dead. Like,
am I right about that? Yeah.
Like, bro, I'm telling you, like, I remember one time, like, there used to be this guy in the Shore Mall who used to set up.
Oh my God! Like the Shore Mall and the Ocean City Boardwalk.
No. That's the Surf
one
Mall.
out in Hamilton. Yeah, Surf Mall. The one out in Hamilton.
No, not Hamilton. That's the Hamilton Mall. The Shore Mall.
I'm really fucked up right now.
The Shore Mall is where like that one movie theater, I think Till the Nine's at.
Yes.
And like the Outback Steakhouse.
Yes.
I remember I used to go there with my mom, and this guy would make candles there, and the guy was like, "Yo, like, do you need like a job?" And I was like, not really, but sure. Like, I like the candles. Like, I'll help you make them. I guess it looks cool putting my hand in the wax and shit. And I remember my mom went there and told me, like, all right, you're going to work for this guy. And I was like, all right, whatever, fuck it. I'll work for the candle guy. And I'm in there. She's going to Macy's doing her shopping. I was just doing it. I was, like, dipping the candles, like, because, like, I think I always like sign up for something that I think's like sick, and then I start doing it. And I'm like, fuck, it's a lot of shit. It's a lot of fucking work, man. It's messy. Wax is getting all over. It's hot as hell. I'm like dipping it in and shit, and I'm like, fuck this shit, man. I just left.
You just walked out.
I didn't even walk out. It was one of those like things that's like, you know, in the middle of the mall, they're like, try this lotion, try this, you know, like it's like, you know what I'm talking
yes,
about?
I know
like
exactly what
it's
you're
not
talking
like really like an official setup.
It's a kiosk.
Yeah, it's like some IKEA built shit. Yeah. And
she walked away from the kiosk.
I walked away, and like I guess this dude thought like he didn't know where I went because like I didn't tell him I was leaving. I was just like, you know what, like I don't think he's gonna care that I leave. Like I don't even think he knows I'm here for real. Like I'm just gonna dip, and I just dipped, and I linked up with my mom. I was like, we gotta get out of here, man. I'm done with that candle thing. There was a couple things I quit in life. I quit swimming. I remember the one time I went into swimming. The coach was like, yo, you guys got to do like 2020s and 2040s. And I was like, sick, coach. I got you. I go in my lane. I'm doing it. I'm fucking doing the whatever. Fucking back pedal, doggy paddle. I'm like, my arms and my legs are getting numb because I'm like viciously trying to swim and like act like I'm like keeping up with the rest of the team. Like, you know, I'm trying to be like, I know what I'm doing, guys. When I don't, this first time I'm trying to do swimming, just trying to do something new. And as I'm swimming, I'm like sinking, and I had to hold on to like the the Olympic, you know how in the Olympics they got those like lane dividers that float? I had to hold on to that and like carry myself because we're in like 15 feet of water because it's deep as shit.
So you were just starting swimming.
Yeah, and that was the first and last day. That was it. I walked out. I was like, "Yo, ma, I ain't wearing this cap, these tight ass shorts, and I'm done. I quit."
So your first day of swimming, he's telling you to do 2020s or 2025s.
Well, no, like that was cool and all. He told me to do all that, but then like as I was dying in the process, he was like, "That's just a warm up, guys. We're ready for actual." I got up.
Fuck this coach
I got up and I just walked to the locker room and got changed, and I was like, "I'm done. Mom, pick me up."
Swimming is a different beast. I did that.
And then the only other thing I quit, and I'm like super thankful. Like this worked out was like the Army.
You were in the Army.
I wasn't in the Army. I almost got probably enlisted. My mom was super like, "You should go to the military. Like it'll mold you."
Oh, your mom was doing that.
No, she was like, yeah, she really wanted me to do it. But
is this high school or college or what?
I was 17. So like before I could like make my own decision. Like my mom signed my life away type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like she was like, "You're going." I was like, "No." Like I had a decision also, but like she also had like the deciding factor because I wasn't 18.
Your mom signed a paper when you were 17 that said you're going to go into
I had
the
a
Army.
sergeant come to my house, Sergeant Newton. Like I went to school with his son, and he came to my house, and I was like playing Call of Duty. I was like, "Yo, this shit's fun. Like, let's go." And like, you know, he's like, "All right," like coming over all serious, and he's like,
could have turned out so different.
Yeah.
You know?
I know, that's what a lot of people say. That's why I say I'm nuts.
I like having like a little gallery.
It's fun
too. It's pretty funny.
And he takes me up to Fort Dix.
Oh man.
I have to take this test, and I'm in Fort Dix, like official. Like I'm not in no like fake shit. Like this is it. And I'm like signing in, and as I'm getting processed, I just see all like these like people that are in line like me, and I'm just thinking to myself like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I can't do this shit. There's no way in hell. I'm looking at all these people. They don't even look like
and
me.
You're still 17.
Still 17 at the time, and like now we have to go into this room. So now I feel like I'm in Men in Black when they're like, "Only the best of the best of the best," and like I'm in like my desk in my cubicle, and I have to like take this like 400, 500 like multiple choice shit. I like. At first, like, you know, when you first start school and you get like the journal, you get all your school supplies and shit, you're like, I'm gonna write this so neat, and like, I'm gonna take my time, and then
less
like
a day.
three weeks in, like you're sloppy, everything's all over the place. So like 5 questions in, I was like, "Fuck this shit, guessable choice. Like, hey, B. I gotta get out of here. I can't do this shit. Like I don't want to do this anymore."
What types of questions are we talking about here?
Or like it was just like, I don't really remember. A lot of it like had to do with just general shit, because when you take that test, they want to position you into what job that they want to qualify you for.
So like your interests almost.
Yes, and they also just want to determine like, should this guy be an engineer, even though he doesn't think he should be an engineer? Should this guy be a pilot?
So it's like acuity testing.
Yeah, it's like to see where you should be.
It's everything in one.
So after I do that guessable choice shit, I'm like probably the first one out because I'm like done with this shit, and I tell the teacher, I'm like, I'm done, and like they tell you your score right there.
Oh no.
So I needed a 32. Like, I'm not saying a 32 was low. Like, you just need a 32 to get in at basic level. I got a 31.
I was gonna say I was waiting on the 31.
I got a 31, bro.
And where you're like, nice.
That was nice. And then I had sergeants. Yo, sergeant was hitting me up like, "Yo, you want to retake the test? Yo,
Nope.
what do you?" I was like, "Nah, I'm good, bro." I was like, "Moving on. I'm gonna start DJing, bro." And then that was that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know what's crazy with the DJing stuff with the Bravo Bravo? We implemented a lot of military sounds. So we used Call of Duty like sounds like in the songs you would hear just like stuff from Call of Duty. So I just thought that it's just wild. Anything I did, I felt just helped me to the next thing.
Yeah, you draw on experiences and memories and stuff like that too. Like in art,
it's sick.
Especially.
Yeah, I love art.
It's a beautiful thing.
I think art is also just like whatever you want it to be too.
Yes.
Like, you know, like this cup is art.
Yeah.
You know, and like I could sell it for $1 million. It's
if
just
someone will buy it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the beauty about art. Just like that dude who put a fucking banana on duct tape at Art Basel and sold it for however much. Like, I think that's where like I love the rug shit. Like, to be different about the rugs. Like, you can just make rugs and like be like the Stanley Steamer guy and like, you know, home carpet cleaner.
Right.
Like, or you can be like a Louis Vuitton of rugs and like provide like a different style and way that you can showcase rugs to where you will pay that money if that money is being asked of.
And that's the thing. Like, it is a complete subjective matter. Like, even with music, there's a lot of people that made great music that you or I could go find that no one ever listened to. And maybe it's their fault because they didn't market it the right way or stopped or whatever. But, like, you have to get people that will fuck with it. So, like, when people yell at the Island Boys who just started and going, I'm an Island Boy. Like, I think it's fucking brain damaging. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But, like, whether or not people were laughing at them or thought it was absolutely stupid or not, people then fucked with it for whatever that reason was. And now, boom, you have art, right? Like that. And, you know, like you see in the movies, like old comedies and stuff, where they'll show people going to art galleries and there's like, someone put a pear on the floor or something like that, and they're like, look at how exquisite this is.
Yeah.
It's stupid, but there's enough stupid people that happen to have a lot of money right there that are now paying $1 million for the
I've
pear.
never seen something like that before.
Yeah.
That's art. Boom. I want it.
Yeah.
Or I want it because
weird.
I don't want you to have it. I want it. You know? Like, it's cool.
Weird.
I love it.
It's cool, but it can also get really weird.
No, it
'Cause then
can.
you're like
And then
trying
people-
to figure out, why do people value this?
Yeah.
Oh,
Then
okay.
and then you have like people acting certain ways and like, I don't know, being like, oh, this is art. No, you don't know what you're talking about. I know art. And yeah, so that's why I love to just not know what I'm doing, but to the full extent, do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Because then that's how you live and you learn. And also, like, you might do something how somebody else doesn't normally do it, and you might create a new way
By
for
accident.
somebody else.
Yeah, you could do it by
that
accident.
is looking up to you or whatever. And I think that's just the coolest part, you know? Like, I didn't want to start making rugs and, like, you know, not disrespecting your rug carpet, but, like, do this. Like, I wanted to make, like art form and, like, be like, you know what? You can have this on the wall. Or if you have a crazy idea and you want it into a mirror, you can have it into a mirror.
You didn't see this really, like, sick artistic coffee stain over here? Yeah, so I dumped one of these, and by dumped I mean I hit it with my elbow, and now it's like it's a cool design.
I thought you were making your own art or something.
Yeah, that is art.
Yeah.
Fuck you for saying otherwise.
Yeah, you can probably.
No, I know
sell that.
exactly what you mean. It's got to be like something like you're making shit pop. You're doing something. You're like creating.
I don't
pictures.
even think I'm making it pop. I think I'm just having fun. I'm doing whatever the fuck I want to do, and
got that right.
I'm showing people that they can do whatever the fuck they want to do, and you don't need to know everything about it to do it.
You figure it out along. That's anything.
Like I don't know how to explain how I make music. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like if someone were to be like, yo, like what's your process with making music? I would be like I don't know where to start, bro. I just smoke weed. Like I don't know what you want me to say. Like
that's a lot. That's a lot of artists though too.
But a lot of artists probably do have a.
Some have a process, but a lot of them are like that.
Yeah.
A lot of them are like, I don't know how it just
I just
happens.
feel like anything I do is just like, it's on the whim. It's on the fly. I don't want to think about it because then I don't want it to be corny or look like it's skidded or like, you know, I just want to speak my mind. And that's why like this podcast is going to be all over the place.
Yeah. I think I'm going to call this like the Seinfeld episode.
Yeah, I'm with
like
it.
it's about everything but nothing.
Yes.
It's all
literally
all
nothing.
at the same time. There were a couple times where you like said something and I'm like, that is not what we were talking about, but let's go with it.
Yeah, no, I knew it the whole time. I was like, I don't know what else to talk about, but I'm just going to throw this in there. Boom, we have something else now.
But that's like cool.
we definitely need to revisit too in 2022. I want to see if we can possibly get me and Miz here so we can really like go in depth with some better stories and stuff like that, because I know I do a terrible explaining job. I can't fucking speak. I do a terrible
we
job.
haven't even smoked yet, dude. Come on.
I didn't. I was trying to smoke on the way here, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to smell.
Yeah, we'll do that eventually. I was talking with your guy Carson. Shout out Money Cars.
Yeah.
A few months ago, where he was like, "Well, could we get both of them in?" And I'm like, "Listen, I want to do content where I have three, and I'm not just talking about like you sitting here, Bree, off mic, but like I want to do content where we have three people, like two people across from me and everything. And I could do it now. Like I could get the extra camera and go for that. My thing is I want to get a little bigger so that I feel a lot better about telling people to fuck off when inevitably every single person I ask to come in here is like, oh, let's bring in another person. And it's like, well, no. Like, I'm going to do a lot of one-on-ones, and then once every 10 episodes or once every 15 episods, we'll do a by 3-person type thing.
No, yeah,
So
and
we'll
do
get
that
there,
within
and
time,
then we'll
bro.
do that.
Yeah, totally. I'm just saying, for a better explanation.
Here we go, yeah.
Another explanation.
I invent words, too. It's okay. I do it all the time.
I told you, man, I'm fucking crazy today. But yeah, we'll have a nicer music-related podcast with both of us on. But it's cool with this.
But that spontaneity thing, though, is like, it makes a lot of sense for you, especially because, like, you were talking about, you don't want to be the guy that's known as like, oh, we're just the new Beastie Boys or something. We're just doing what they did. You're not, man. Like, it reminds me of those types of sounds. It takes me back to that era.
I appreciate that.
But you are doing this in like the modern era in a modern way, and that's why it's so unique. And I think if you were sitting there, quote unquote, like planning it out, well, we're gonna make this type of song and then that type of one because this guy did that. And no, like if you did that, it wouldn't work, and you'd be making something that was that knockoff Travis Scott or whatever it is. This is like, I almost think that there's not the audience. You're there before the audience is. Like, they don't know that they want this yet, but I can see, like, for the East Coast stomp, like, I can see people fucking stomping on the dance floor.
Bro, we just what it is too is I think what we do, we have a huge shock value to when like, you might be concerned or you might be like, I don't know. These guys are getting on stage, like, this guy's wearing like overalls and a crazy ass outfit and shit. Like, he looks like he's fucking smacked. Oh, this guy, other guy, Mizzy's wearing like grandpa hat and like he's wearing like a 70s looking robe dress thing. Like, he's like, oh, what is this gonna be?
What's going on here?
And then all of a sudden, boom, you get just hit with it, and then you're an instant fan if you like that music. I'm not saying everybody who plays a Lil Twinn Mizzy Coke song is automatically a fan, because we definitely have non-fans and people that don't like our music, and that's totally cool.
There's no music. There's almost I should say no music that's like that.
Everybody likes, yeah.
Even people like Drake. Drake has people who hate his music.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, it's just.
I also think people probably just also hate on Drake because it's like, let me see how many tweets I can get.
Yeah.
You know, just like the fuck Russ thing.
Absolutely, I'm saying, like, in general, though, there are some people who don't like hate him, but they're just like, that's not my kind of music.
100%.
You know, so like, it's always, you're never gonna land on everyone, but like when you're doing events and stuff and performing with different acts and things like that, you know, people are there to see different people. Are you gonna do something that at least like in person people are like, damn, these guys are wild? I just
know when anybody watches us, they're never gonna see something like us because of the amount of energy we bring and just how hard hitting the songs are to like an older generation of people who understand that music.
I'd agree with the second part, because like, and your energy is amazing, but there are people in the world who are fucking crazy great performers, but 100%. Like what do they do? Like, what does their music do to you? Your music does something to people because it takes you back, but it's also like, well, wait, no, this is
it's like Back to the Future.
It's
wild. It's wild.
It's very cool. And like, I think we were touching on this at some point. I don't know. But that whole like following previous patterns of generations, this whole pop culture movement of the early 90s rising again now, I think you guys are, provided you put out your music and everything, I want to see you guys put out more of like what you got built up. But like, I think you guys can catch that wave big time.
Oh, bro, I think we're going to make the wave, and then I'm going to surf on it. And then I'm going to crash it into the shore and chill on my island. But before all that...
Are you coming?
I hope so.
Yeah,
we'll make a rug for the island.
She'll make the rug.
We'll make a rug for the island. And I just think we'll just get better with time, you know? Like fine wine. Just need some time.
Yeah.
And I make wine too. My pops makes wine.
No, you don't.
Homemade wine. Yeah.
Come on.
I'll bring you a bottle next time I come up.
You making toilet wine?
Nah, real wine.
You make a real wine?
Real wine.
You stepping on the grapes and everything?
Yeah.
No shit.
Like, I'm talking about like barrels as big as this table.
Nah, this is cool because I know fucking nothing about this.
Yeah.
How do you go about like you curate certain grapes?
Here we go. Like,
you can't explain it.
I can't explain shit. But I tell you, I make wine. So like grapes, crush them, whatever. Put them in another bucket. You let it sit. You put some yeast in there, maybe. Let it ferment, bubble all up. Yeah, add some yeast. It like cooks it.
I've heard that.
Cooks it, quote unquote. And then, like I said, time. You just bottle it up. You put it in barrels, siphon it like you're trying to steal gas, like everybody is now because it's so expensive.
Oh, got it. I thought you were talking about something
my
else.
bad. I just always throw jokes. I'm terrible. Yeah, I have like a basement in my house, and it's like 4 feet, so you got to kind of crawl, like hunch over like Notre Dame, and we just have different flavors. So if you have different grapes and different flavors for each grapes, and I think
So you are curating different grapes.
yeah, we have white wine too. So that's
a whole different process, right?
that same process, just different colored grapes. Since it's not like red or like the whatever.
It's not a different timing though, too, because like you know how white wine, it doesn't matter what age it is technically.
I would
and
have
all that?
probably asked my dad for real. He's like the genius behind it. Like
He knows that shit.
he is trying to teach me how to do it because he learned it from his father and done it with his dad at their house in their basement, and now he's brought it here.
Where's your dad from?
Philly, South Philly.
Interesting.
Yeah, he used to have a butcher shop too on like 13th and Market or 9th and Market or something called
that's
Monzo's
savage.
Meats. Yeah, he has like the old school meat slicer at the house and everything. He makes a mean ass roast beef sandwich.
That's so cool. What kind of grill you guys got?
Kind of grill?
Yeah, you got like one of those big industrial.
Nah. We
He didn't do that yet?
We do it. I love the grill though. I love grill cooking in the summer and like cooking up some shrimp with some crazy sauces. I'm like a sauce boss guy. Like I need all the sauce. Shout out Jewish sauce boss, but
Shout out Jewish sauce
I need
boss,
all
baby.
the sauce. Like like
You need that kind of sauce.
Well, I love that kind of sauce every day, but I'm saying like in general, like I love saucy wings. Like I'm talking saucy. Like if you got some dry wings and you don't got some sauce on them, like I want to dip the celery in the sauce that is from the wings. That's how good the wings got to be. Saucy.
You need the full experience.
Yeah, my bad. We getting carried away with the wings.
No,
but,
it's just good. My mind's
I'm just
fried.
hungry as hell too. I was
Bree,
gonna
is
bring
this wine
Chick-fil-A.
good? Is this wine good?
Well, I'm a white wine person. The white wine.
Is the white wine good?
I've actually had a cup of the red, and I did like it.
It's strong percentage wise too. It's like 27%. Yeah, it gets you smacked. Like, I was stealing that when I was young all the time.
Shut up. Did you just say 27%?
27. I'm 26.
27%
It's
red wine.
27. I told you I'll bring you a bottle,
Yeah, that's all it's gonna take.
bro. Not even bottle. A glass. A glass.
27. What are you cooking? Fucking Atlantic City moonshine?
I don't know. It's just that pops.
Moon wine?
It's that pop shit. It's pops. Pops. secret
I'm
recipe.
skeptical now.
Yeah,
27%.
He tested it before.
Is that
like there's like
legal?
a way to? I mean, anything that we're doing is definitely not legal. But, like it's not FDA approved or any of that. But everybody loves it. They come back for more, and it's made
I gotta
with
sign
love.
a waiver when I buy it.
Nah, not that one. Not that one. Just the shows.
27%.
Yeah, 27%.
I lived in Italy when I was a junior in college. And
Damn, that's low. I never been to Italy. I got like
wild,
30
man.
family members I don't even know out in Italy. They probably got their
where
own
from?
village. Naples.
Oh, a good area. Fucking interesting area.
I think it's north, right?
No, it's like Naples is
Like north south.
no, it's
bottom?
it's
all
it's
bottom?
the bottom third. Yeah, it's the bottom third. So like Rome is more centrally.
Yeah.
And then Naples, I forget how many hours Naples is from Rome. I see it on the map.
Where were you
but
at?
I was living in Rome.
Sick.
And then I was all over the place, and I had some family over there too in two
Fire.
different regions, which was
Yeah,
really cool.
my great. What would you call somebody who's your grandmom's
Sister,
great or
it's
aunt
like
or
great
like
aunt,
great aunt,
yeah,
right, or something? Like that?
Yeah.
So she owns like a whole like olive farm out
No
there.
shit.
Whole
Yeah,
olive farm.
that's what
Makes
my
her
family
own,
does.
Makes her own olive oil, brings it back. Crazy shit.
And you know what? In this country, you really can't get real olive oil.
No,
because
you
they're,
can't
like,
you can't even get real honey over here.
the
Honey's like fake.
The only olive oil that's good from there is like in Italy. Is like when you get it straight from the source, like someone just brought it in from outside after making
Yeah.
it, because like the mob and the mafia in Italy still owns all that shit. They fucking water it down and everything. Companies that have nothing to do with it or whatever,
don't even
just
know.
American companies,
Yeah.
they just put random shit in there.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's all money.
Like you get the taste, you don't get the real product. When you have olive oil from like Italy, like from there, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like
is
liquid gold.
Oh my god,
Liquid
bro.
gold.
Oh,
But yeah,
it's incredible.
Italian
incredible.
culture is awesome.
It is.
I really appreciate it. Honestly, I wish I spoke it though. My mom can speak it. I can't.
I could speak it when I was there, and I can't now at all. You really do lose it.
Does that like haunt you? That like you can't
Doesn't
speak
haunt
it?
me, but like it sucks. Like and I wasn't sitting there, giving a fucking public speech.
Yeah,
but I very much could understand it.
So you can still understand though, then. Or
I can, but now I have to translate it in my head.
Yeah.
Like as they're saying it, which, if you're doing that at full speed, good luck holding the conversation. When I was there, I could at least, there was a little bit of translating going on, but like I could understand exactly what they were talking about.
And reply as best as you could.
I could reply pretty well. Also, my Italian teacher was very hot, so that helped.
Yeah, I had Miss Cat from Ocean City. Like I like failed. Like man, one time I was in high school. This is why my mom switched me out of schools from Atlantic City to Ocean City. I failed every class in Atlantic City High School, including gym.
That's hard to do.
It wasn't hard for gym though, because like they made you like get dressed, and if you didn't because we had to wear uniforms, because in Atlantic City like they wanted everybody to wear uniforms. They didn't want public clothing, so we had to wear a uniform. And if you didn't change out of your uniform into your gym clothes, you would get 50% because you didn't get changed.
Because you didn't pack your clothes or something?
Yeah, and me being 15 or something, and I forget my gym clothes every day or something, I'm not, it's just a hassle, man. Like, I already have to go through a metal detector and shit and wait.
I remember that.
And wait in line.
Yeah.
And God forbid if I don't have my ID on me, people think I'm trying to cross the border and I have to go sit in ISS if I don't have my ID on me. It was just wild. But I failed every class, and that's why my mom was like, "You're moving with your uncle and auntie up in
Ocean City."
I was like, sick. I'm going with Uncle Aunt, man. And then I went there, and that was Ocean City High School, man. It was beautiful, but Ocean City's got some problems for sure.
Yeah, everywhere it does. Everywhere it does. Atlantic City sounded interesting, though. I had a friend who went there, too.
Atlantic City High School was fire.
I didn't know they had the uniforms, though. No.
Yeah, uniforms. Huh. I don't know if that was because they didn't want, gangs wearing colors at school, or if it was just because they wanted everybody to, just have,
pull that mic in.
things.
I'm sorry, but I got to make sure you're talking into
I'm sorry.
I need that voice, right?
Sorry.
Hear how crisp that is?
Nah, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I fucked it up with the mics. But yeah, I don't know why that was with the uniform thing. But when I was in Catholic school, I had to do uniforms too.
Oh, you went to Catholic school as well?
Yeah, when I went to Blessed Sacrament in Margate, and then that thing got knocked down. We had we didn't even have principals. We had nuns. If
they had the rulers.
They had the rulers. I had this one teacher in 3rd grade. She told my mom, "Your son will be a great car salesman because he's a bullshitter." I was like, "Damn!" Everybody's harsh on the kid. A lot of people too always told my mom at parent teacher conferences, "Your son's so smart, he just doesn't apply himself." Why?
You're, dude, I can tell just talking with you and meeting you today. You're creative, man. You can't be here or here. You got to be all.
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm a fly. Fly lands here, and then it goes there, and then here, and then there to there. It comes back here again, and then goes there.
Yeah, you got some ADHD. I love it.
I don't even think I do though.
I think you do, 100%.
I got tested for it.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't have it?
My mom took me to doctors.
A lot of creatives have ADHD.
My mom took me to doctors and all that shit, bro. What I found out too.
Were they the lying type of doctors?
I don't know. Because I went out to another doctor.
I think Brie agrees.
Nah, I don't know. I'm telling you, I really don't think I have it. But because I've seen other people that had ADHD, and it made me look normal.
Introduce me to those people.
I will. I really will. But I'm telling you, and fuck. What was I gonna say?
You were at the Catholic school. The nuns were saying you should be a used car salesman.
The doctor? Oh yeah. So when I went to the doctor the second time, when I'm older, he goes, "Yo, you have celiac," and I'm like, "Fuck."
That has nothing to do with it, but still.
No, it has not. That's what I'm saying. I didn't want it to have it to do with anything. I'm just saying
What does that mean? You can't eat? That's a lot of shit, right?
Yeah, I can't have anything with wheat in it. So
that's the one.
There's things that you don't even know that has wheat.
All right, everybody. At this point, you all know the drill. Hit that link in my description. It is the one for our friends over at 8 Sleep. You go to checkout and you use the code TRENDIFIER. That's TRENDIFIER, and you will get $100 off your own 8 Sleep Pod Pro cover today. And if this is your first time listening to this podcast, or somehow you've missed all the last 40 times I've been talking about my beautiful friends at 8 Sleep over the past 30, 40 episodes, whatever it's been. Just know this. The 8 Sleep Pod Pro cover comes in queen or king sizes, goes right on top of your current mattress, plugs right into 8 Sleep's proprietary app, and it optimizes your sleep stages throughout the night around you. You will sleep more comfortably than you ever have in your life, and when you wake up in the morning, even if you only slept 6 hours, you're going to feel like you slept 8. So once again, use that link in my description for our friends at 8 Sleep, because there's 2 now. We have Privado. More on them later, or maybe earlier. I don't know which one I did first, but we have our friends at Privado, and we also have 8 Sleep. Hit that 8 Sleep link, use the Trendifier code to check out. That's TRENDIFIER, and you will get $100 off your own 8 Sleep Pod Pro cover today. So go do it.
Shit like Benadryl. Like, I don't even know Benadryl.
What happens when you have wheat?
I don't even know. Cause like it's not like I'm lactose intolerant to where like people just like shit or have like an upset stomach. Like, I think it wasn't making me gain weight or have the proper nutrients like in my body when I eat food. Like, I wasn't gaining the nutrients from the food that I should have if it was like a wheat product. And I feel like it was making me have like brain fog. I feel like I was like losing hair, like just like wild shit. And then when I went and I got blood work, he was like, yo, like you have celiac, like you should take it serious and like change your diet. And like, it's not something that's gonna like, you know, change in 2 weeks. Like, it'll take like a year or two to like heal your intestines from damaging them. And I don't even know how long I had it, because I diagnosed myself a year ago. I could have had it for 5. I could have had it since I was 16.
Sure.
I never wanted to get blood work.
I think that shit you can be born with.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
But I was born with anemia. My mom's anemic. And
what
like,
does that mean?
That's just like red blood cells, low iron. Like you're just like weak, feel like you're gonna like pass out all the time, shit like that. And like
so much shit that can go wrong.
But
man.
that's like an
God
Italian
damn.
thing too. A lot of Italians have that low iron deficiency. What is it? What is that word?
Deficiency.
Deficiency. Yeah. I'm terrible words.
See, that's why you're here.
A lot of talking.
Yeah, it's just a lot of talking. Yeah. This is actually my first podcast.
Really?
First podcast.
It's not going to be your last.
No, it's definitely not. I can see having something for sure, but that'll be another day. But yeah, this is awesome. I love what you do. I love watching the videos that you do. I can't wait to see what you do and what images you add for me.
Yeah, and you know, I do it over time too. Like I still have episodes in
that you haven't edited
in
and put
the
out.
50s. I haven't made a piece of content
In
from
the 50s.
Yeah, and like the 50 numbers of episodes.
Oh, I was like, dog, like how
this
old
is
are
number,
you?
This is number 8.
I was like, yo. I was like, yo, cuz you got the Annie Milonakis G's out here, dog. Yo,
you're something, man. You're gonna be episode 80. So I have ones.
Fire.
I have ones from.
That's a good number.
7
even?
months. Yeah, it's a great number.
Yeah.
I have ones from like 7 months ago. I haven't even touched yet. You know,
Fire.
so like, there's a lot that happens in here. Like when we're talking about shit that's happening right now. You know, yeah, that's
what you're
more of the
saying.
stuff you want to make right away.
Good timing for that.
But
shit.
then, yeah, there's other ones where it's like I can go back and look, especially like as I get to a point where I can. So like, I know my one guy, Will Toms, he had an amazing episode in here, number 67, did an incredible job. And he talked about like a whole bunch of like he's a pure creative type. So he runs that place, Rec Philly. He founded that.
Yeah.
So he had like all kinds of great like imagery. I don't really know how to explain it, but like.
Is that the guy with the glasses? The white kid?
No. Black guy, wore the hat.
Okay, there's somebody else from Rec.
Wore the hat like kind of over.
What's his name?
David Silver.
David Silver. Yeah, that's the guy I think I know.
I don't know him, but this was.
He was on the news the other day. I think your buddy might have been on the news too.
Probably if he's involved with them. But
Yeah,
I know Will founded this with his one buddy, and I don't remember his buddy's name. Maybe it was him. I don't know. But he was like, he had a lot of content, quote unquote, within there where he was talking about things that are like imagery based. So like he was talking about how Ben Franklin affected his life because Ben Franklin invented the row home. And then I'm not even going to repeat like how I'll misquote it, but like he had this unbelievable like bar dropper on there.
Like,
and so I'm still not, I might be getting there now where like I'm at a point where that kind of clip I can make and they'll send it to people who are going to appreciate it. You know, whereas there's content that it's like if I make something that's a story about something that was like a criminal case right now, they're sending that everywhere. You know, so we talk about so much in here that I look at some episodes and I'm like, all right, the audience is growing. We're going to be able to touch that one now in like a week or two, and it's going to get an audience.
And that's how I feel with the music, because I'm like, yo, bro, like we might have this song that we feel like we got to release, but it's like, well, what if we hold on to it and we might have a different way to pitch it? Because when me and Miz first linked up, we didn't know that we wanted to be a group. Like, we're two Geminis. He's born on June 16th. I'm June 6th, like 10 days apart. Like, it's so many weird things that characteristics that we have in common. And we both wanted to be like a solo thing because we both felt like we're both good at what we can do. Why would we need somebody else to like carry weight or like potentially ruin what we're trying to build? And then at the end of the day, after enough time went by, we were like, fuck it, bro. This got to be a group. Like, we're killing it.
You guys play off each other very well.
And it's where also, too, like, we didn't want to come up with a name at first because we felt like Lil Twinn X Mizzy Coke was good enough. But then we're like, fuck. Like, then one day we were, like, sitting in my studio. I have, like, this, I have, like, just, you would love it. I have just fucking pictures and pictures all over the studio, like surrounded by like war propaganda shit. I got like little collages of like the cool shows that me and Miz done over the years and whatnot. And then I have the actual booth of the studio, but like I have mad stickers on my door too. And I remember I was like, bro, like we need like a label or like an umbrella type of name that like we can rep and that we can have everybody else rep and be a part of. So it's not just like Lil Twinn and Mizzy Coke, like how Wiz Khalifa got like Taylor Gang. Like, you might not like Wiz Khalifa, but you might like Taylor Gang.
Sure. So
I wanted to make this thing called No Thanks. And, like, basically I made it because everybody who said no to us, everybody who said, fuck y'all, fuck you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to have this No Thanks thing. And,
are you guys doing that now?
Yeah, no, that's what the Instagram is.
Genius.
It's No Thanks. And,
that's genius.
Yeah, and that's what we created. And we wanted to roll out and wait, but in 2022, me and Miz are going to joint run my Instagram account and, like, just come up with content that is created towards the brand of the No Thanks thing, because now we already solidified who Lil Twinn and Mizzy Coke are. Now we need to get everybody on the No Thanks wave.
It's funny you say this. I was gonna ask you about this off air afterwards, just like talk, because I love talking with people like how they're branding stuff and things like that.
Ask me anything, bro.
I think that I mean, you just filled in all the blanks. I think that's exactly what you have to do, because like people like simplicity. Inherently, they don't know it, but they like it.
Yeah,
if it's memorable, they like it. Lil Twinn X Mizzy Coke has several things going on.
Hell yeah, you don't know if it's a group, you don't know if it's a band, you don't know if it's a dude and his dog. Like,
two names,
you don't know.
Two things in there that aren't even real words. The X is like is it a times? Is it an actual X? If someone can't spell it out in their head the first time, you have two N's in your name.
Yeah,
it's like even with Trendifier. That's a long story, like how I ended up with that name. And I didn't. Like, it's whatever, but like it goes against everything I believe in. It's 4 syllables. It's 2 different words put together. It's fucking terrible. It's not simple, right? So like now people like kind of like it and I'm rolling with it, but I've learned to like it like a redheaded stepchild. But for you guys, to do something like No Thanks, you hear that once, done. People are like, oh, that's No Thanks.
And it's one of those things that like somebody else would be like, damn, I could have thought of that. Because it's like so like simple.
Yes.
You know, it's No Thanks.
People say that all the time, like, no thanks.
Exactly.
Like, that ain't us.
Or or it's like we can make it into
a rebel. It's a rebel name.
Yeah. It's like, it's a movement. It's like, no thanks to that, like being told, you can't do this, or no thanks to being told you can't do whatever you want, or you can't be whoever you want to be. Like, you can do whatever you want, and no thanks. Like, it's just I think it's a good umbrella for us.
It's genius.
It's a
Don't ever change that.
No, I'm
I'll
not.
scream at you if you fucking change it.
Definitely won't.
I came,
bro, I'm telling you, I came up with a very long time ago, like before we were like rapping. Like,
you got to start branding that immediately.
I was like, yo, we got to do it. It's No Thanks.
That is
like we got it trademarked like 2019. Like,
you got it trademarked and everything.
Yeah, we got the LLC for it and everything in 2019. Like,
shit.
All this has just been like a waiting thing, and that's why I said 2019 came up with No Thanks, and then like a year or 2 years later we're calling ourselves No Thanks. Like, it's like all these things come up and they make it like what it is, and that's why I think like this shit's just wild. This journey of music is wild. I meet awesome people, for example, I just want to keep it on point with the people you had on here, like Mason and Dill. Like, I met them through music, you know what I'm saying? Like, Not saying
guys.
I wouldn't have met them if it wasn't for music, but specifically because of music, I met them.
And by the way, and this is like the coolest part, I haven't met your partner, Mizzy Coke, but like you, Mason, and Dill are all completely different people.
Yeah.
Holy shit. And yet you guys are all boys. You guys all make music in the studio all the time together. Like,
because that's all we connect on.
Yeah.
You know, that's
cool.
That's like our vibe. Like we know how to communicate without talking when we're in the studio, because you just put a beat on and everybody's talking the same language. It's either, yo, this beat's it, or nah, next one, Jimmy Wings, put on the next one. Shout out Jimmy Wings. He's an engineer at Breed. And it's just all a learning experience. And what I need to learn more is to just really get out my comfort zone and do these dumbass like reels on Instagram and fucking TikToks, and like show different parts of myself that people don't normally see. Because like I'm sure Bree can tell you, like I'm a funny ass dude. Like
yeah, she don't need to tell me.
And I do like I make up characters all the time, and like I like
what kinds of characters?
I can just change my voice, like how like I change my voice in like songs, like you know what I'm saying. Like I can't do it now because I'm on the spot. But
the
like
Pinta, the Gria, the Santa Maria.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can be like, hey Peter, it's your neighbor. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I can just do whatever, like whatever it is. That wasn't a good one, but you know what I'm saying? Like I can just like I just want to be like Jim Carrey in this music shit. Like Jim Carrey has like the faces, and like he got like that's why he landed. That's why he landed roles like The Grinch and The Mask. Like if you see anybody else do those roles, they wouldn't kill them like he did, because he has certain characteristics to his personality that make that shit stand out. And that's what I feel I provide, is like I got this dope voice, and I have like this charisma that like I just bring to the table that like is just different. It's not what you normally see, and especially in the hip hop thing, and like how I'm all like bubbly and not like talking about tough and jail and drugs or shooting people. Like it's just
fun.
like
you're
fun. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I just want to have fun. I want everybody else to have fun. And
like I'm not putting on your music when I shouldn't say, there's a couple songs I would, but not for that reason. It's not like if I'm putting on like
if you're about to go fight somebody or something.
Yeah, if I'm putting on like a hard playlist for the gym and I'm putting on like Till I Collapse by Eminem,
bro,
I'm not putting your
get
songs.
out my fucking head.
I'm not putting that with.
I just said in my head, yo, like I was gonna like interrupt you, but I was like, I can't. He's about to talk, and then I was gonna say like, yo, like it's like putting on a song in the gym Till I Collapse. Like I gotta get the fuck out of here, dog.
That's what I'm saying. Like that is not your lane at all. Like you're like that song makes you go like, oh fuck
yeah. It's like yo 40. Nah,
you're more
60.
like, all right, yeah, pass the joint. Let's roll.
Exactly.
We're
let's have
around,
fun,
having a good time.
100%, man. And I think that's just the beauty of it. You know, you don't know what it is until it's done.
There's a lot of testosterone in here today.
And it's
I'm
crazy.
really sorry. I know this. You're like in this. This is my first time having this, and you're like sitting in here in the little cramped area.
Yeah, she's making me laugh every time she's trying not to laugh.
Yeah, you gotta actually like see. You guys have eye contact going on.
Yeah, I see what she's doing. Yeah, she's making me laugh. She's making me feel like I'm saying something stupid.
Wait, you haven't been sitting back there going cut this whole time, have you?
No.
All right.
Yeah, yeah, she's good.
I'd kick you out if you were doing that.
Yeah,
I want him to keep going when that's happening.
Where were we just rambling off to?
We were talking about your type of music. Like you wouldn't be after Till I Collapse at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's it's not like it's just like it's a breath of fresh air to me. And like this is a cool thing about doing this too.
Yeah.
And I want to say this.
Let's go.
I'm a big New Jersey guy, obviously you are too. But like I've often believed, especially over the last couple of years, there's some special shit happening in Jersey, right? And I've lived all up and down this state for my whole life, and I love it. But like when I see people like what you guys were doing, and I'm like, wow, they're not big yet. They're like on the come up here, and I'm like, that's different, and I fucking love it, and I think other people will too. The idea that like I can put a personality with that by just telling you like, hey, sit here, do you. And now people hear like the person behind it too, and the shit lives online, and then they're like, "Oh, I think I'll check out that music."
Yeah,
it helps make your movement without you having to like 100%. Actually do your music,
bro. Networking is one of the greatest things, and it's one of the greatest things that I enjoy doing. Like I love talking to people. Like I'll spend on my phone maybe 6 to 8 hours a day just trying to network and reach out to people to set up collabs. You know, like a lot of people been going viral on TikTok, like this Gray's World guy. And I'm sure you've seen it if you want to pull it up.
Yeah, I'll
pull up the clip. It's funny as hell. And it's called Gray's World. And then there's another dude, you know, the NEMS guy who's doing the Bing Bong thing. Like, I hit them up to like make them rugs, and like they're like, yeah, cool, you can make me a rug. And it's just cool because I'm making you a rug, but at the same time, like linking up with you, I can network with you. It's a content piece I can use. And
actually, I haven't seen this guy. I'm sorry, I'm pulling up that
crazy.
Gray's World guy.
Oh, bro, yeah.
I actually haven't seen him.
Bro, so he's hilarious.
All right, which one should I do?
Keep going. Which is the one, Bree?
It's further down.
He's so fucking funny.
He's got a character named Benji.
Yeah. He has this character.
Like the dog?
Someone said he looks like Pete Davidson.
Benji the dog? Oh, I have seen this guy. Never mind. I've seen the car videos. Yes, I have seen that. Where's the Benji character?
It's there. I think
Guy with the,
that one?
yeah, that's the Benji character. That's not the video that went like super viral though.
I haven't seen those goth ones. Which one?
60 million.
Yeah.
Right here.
Nope, this one.
Right there.
Yeah.
Oh no, I have.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought that was real. I'm a boomer,
bro.
Wow,
But this is what I'm saying. That's
this
the
is
type
the
of
one.
shit.
I'm gonna put this in the corner so people can see this.
Yeah, go ahead.
This was the one where the girlfriend's talking, and we can't hear it in our ears right now because I don't have the volume coming through, but it'll be coming through on the thing. I'll make sure it's there.
He goes, I'm going to my room.
This is where he's like fighting with his sister, and then the boyfriend's taking the video, and he's like,
That's it.
"Fuck off, bro."
Say it again, Craig. I
I thought you know what? I'm an idiot. I never like Googled this to figure this out. I thought this was like real, and this kid was a fucking
Bro, he
sociopath.
he makes a ton of videos like this that are all scripted, and that's the type of content that I'm trying to grade into.
See how like real the reactions are great too.
No,
like these people, they're good
everybody's in
actors.
on it. Everybody's in on it. That's the best part.
Most people are shitty actors with the reactions. They're
No,
actually like I'm kind of
it's all
buying
it's
it.
all scripted. For sure. Like he's smart with his content. And I told him when I make you this rug, I need Benji to get it. And he was
So
like,
wait, you're making this guy a rug?
Yeah. I got his number and all, and he said I'll fly out to him or whatever. Or he said he's from Louisiana. He'll fly out here. And I told him, I was like, yo, like I'll link up with you, but I need Benji, your character, to get this rug from me. And he was like, done deal. And I was like, fire. Like it's just crazy because I feel a lot of people have fear of like, I don't want to hit this guy up, or I don't want to ask for help, or I don't want to do this because I'll look like I can't do it myself. I'm not asking for handouts. I'm specifically asking like, yo, do you possibly want to network? Do you want to do a skit? Do you want to do this? Can I make you a rug? Or, you know, like I don't ever want to really ask something from somebody, but I feel like I will also provide something if they can provide something. And that's why I just love networking. I feel like I'm just like a networking beast.
I actually do hate the word networking. I try to avoid using it myself because the way you're talking about it is exactly how I think about it, in that you're actually like reaching out to people to say like, hey, I'm building a relationship with you, right? Like you're bringing people into your sanctum, and the cost is that you want to also be in their sanctum. But how do you do that? Are you just a leech that comes in and says like, oh, let me be a part of that so I can chase clout and get that? Or are you like, hey, I really like that you do this. That's awesome. I'd love to be a part of that. But also, I can bring this to you as well, like from my end.
Yeah,
and then people are like, holy
exactly.
shit.
I think the way that I like to go about it is where, for an example, like there's this company called Brothers Broadleaf, and they are two brothers from Florida that have ties to Nicaragua with their grandpa, and they have a factory out there like making cigars, hand-rolled cigars. And like that's something that is within my niche because I like weed and I smoke. So like I hit them up and I wanted to network with them, and they love me. They send me stuff all the time. We made a rug for them before. We have done a giveaway with them before. They want to make rugs for their customers. And
you actually fuck with their product.
100%.
Yeah.
Like I advocate to my social media followers, you guys got to stop fucking with backwoods, like, and you know, start smoking pearls. They have online drops like Supreme, and they sell out every time that they like drop. Like they only drop online because they have such a huge demand. They can't even sell them in stores. Like, and
It's exclusive.
It's exclusive as shit, and it's fire because it's legit. It's not like it's like some bootleg cigar. Like It's two brothers who had enough of some bullshit, and they're like, I want to make quality 5 out of 5 backwoods.
And they built a story around it too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I networked with them. When we did a show Mayday in Atlantic City, we had like 300 people come out, and it sold out. And for like, I like to like do like little cool things for like when we have shows. I like to give back to the fans, and like whether that's like, you know, selling merch or whatever. Like we set up a lot of like goodie bag stuff. So every person that came into the show, like they got a goodie bag, and in the goodie bag for the Mayday show specifically was like a pre-rolled like Brothers broadleaf, like in its own little tube, and it had like a sticker on it that said Lil Twinn X Mizzy Coke X Brother Broadleaf.
Oh, that's cool.
And then the way that I want to collaborate really with Brothers Broadleaf is coming out with they have a pack of 5, or they have their duds, which is not 5 out of 5, but like the duds. All right, so when they have their cigars, they have to inspect them, and if there's one imperfection, it's not a 5 out of 5. So they'll throw that in the dud bag. And the duds are still good and can smoke. It's just not a 5 out of 5, but it's probably still better than backwoods that you would get at the grocery store or whatever that just crack and break. So I want to make a collab with them on coming out with the Twin Pack, and that's 2 backwoods or Brothers Broadleafs that are in the pack, and that would be like our networking thing. And then
and you met them online.
Yeah, met them. I never met them in person or
out.
none of that. And yeah, just reached out. And same thing with like Dirty Dom. Back in the day, he used to be really close with like David Dobrik and stuff like that. Like
he's the guy that had like the whole thing.
Yeah. Dom has some shit. Yeah, for sure. There's other people who's somebody else. The guy from Nelk Boys, MTV Jesse. He hit me up to be a part of the TV show before it was considered like what it is today, and like we never got the chance to link up, and because he was living in Canada at the time and trying to move to LA to start making Nelk Boy content. And then, you know, it's just like you won't know if you can't do something with somebody unless you don't try to reach out. So I rather, you know, if you don't even open it, I'm not mad at all. If you don't even answer it and you've seen it, I'm not really mad. I'm more like, well, I would probably question and be like, well, why wouldn't you answer? Or like, I understand if it doesn't fit your criteria or whatever, but I try to just at least hit up people that I know I'll be able to provide something for them too, not just me looking like a mooch.
Right.
And I'm like relying on you for this handout. I like doing things with companies that I can see myself growing with, and we can help each other. And to where we can revisit that collab, maybe, to not where it's like a one-off collab, like, thanks guys, see you later. I'm going to find somebody else to network with.
Yeah. You have an understanding of the not...
I have patience, and a lot of people tell me I have persistence.
Yes.
This guy, shout out Proto Hype, he's a DJ.
You're not just... I'm saying you're just not dropping... You're not out there spamming people.
I mean, I definitely am.
No. The way I'm defining spam...
I'm not spamming people like for networking
sending out
purposes.
A robo message.
I do
thousands
that.
at a time. You
I
do
do
that
that
shit? Why do you do that? You don't need to do that.
I know I don't need to, but there's also a thing in power of numbers. So if I hit up, I used to have a bot for Instagram that would geo-target places, people, hashtags, and it would like, follow, unfollow, and comment on my behalf. And like I can put in, like I can be like, I want you to only comment on people's photos, like sick photo, check out my music or whatever. Like I had this thing called Instagrass, and I was grandfathered in on this thing that even when Instagram was trying to crack down and update their terms of service and stuff, like I was still able to kind of use it, but it kind of went completely like out in like 2017. It was done in 2017. It was like no more.
Shit.
Yeah. So when I was using it though, I used that tactic of like numbers. So if I followed 1,000 people and only 500 people followed me out of that 1,000, and then out of that 500 people that followed me out of that 1,000, I then had 100 people like a photo of mine. And then out of that 100 people that liked a photo, I had maybe 25 that commented on a photo. And then out of that 25, I really made a super fan out of like 5 of them that bought merch and shit and maybe came to a show. Like that's how I do it in the power of numbers. And I feel people's attention.
From fan building.
Yeah, from fan building
okay.
aspect. I'm not saying like I'm spamming people to network, but
that's what I was talking about.
I'm spamming
different.
I'm spamming my own followers. Like, yo, if you follow me, fuck with my music, like bop bop bop. And if you don't, it's totally cool. I just want to let you know I dropped this new song. Check it out, type shit. Like that's as far as I would go with spamming somebody.
Right. I'm talking about on the back end. Forget your fans for a second. That's a separate type of thing. And I guess there's different ways to crack the egg there to get in front of people. But like when you're talking about going back and forth on stuff business wise or connecting within the music industry and stuff like that, the value of people who actually still have the emotional intelligence to fucking deal with people and like them and also get them to like them and understand that like I'm going to add value here too is going way up because so many people have no fucking idea how to do that. They are just looking for, oh, I just want to be a part of this.
Yeah,
or like
100%.
they have nothing to offer.
Or they
don't
put out
think.
a sick video and then they hit them up only because they put out that sick video and
Yes.
then don't hit them up after that video has been posted for 3 days because they already forgot.
Yep.
And that's just how it goes. People, I think, want easy access to things that are hard to obtain. You know, like everybody wants a trophy, but nobody wants to run the race, you know? And there's some people that have been running races for a long time, longer than me, but I don't have to run as hard as them or as long as them to get the same trophy. Like, it's all different, you know? Somebody can blow up on TikTok and, you know, be the next superstar, and I'm out here putting out fire content and taking my time to think about everything before I drop, and it is what it is. It happens all the time. But I also think that we are longevity and not something that's just like, here you go, fish brains, 5 seconds of attention, and then you'll forget, and then I'll feed you something else. Like,
That's how we train society to be.
yeah, and I'm trying to train my followers and anybody who believes in us that, like, if we all tap into our own networks and build up the networks that we already have and use them together, we can just keep growing. Like it's inedible, you know.
And,
like
and I want to see that balance too. By the way,
with
like
your
that.
shit, you know what I'm saying? Like with the podcast, it's like we'll do this one. I can come back and whatever. We can either have a similar conversation or different topics depending on if shit happens or if we drop music or if you do something cool and you want to talk about it. Like it's just where I would not want to close this book up after this podcast. That would be so like dumb for me.
In and out, yeah.
You know, like what would be the point? Like,
well, that's a benefit of what I do. I get to meet people on here, and then I have relationships
for you,
with them. Yeah.
for also you though too. Like I'm
Like,
sure
I don't
you meet
close the
people,
book.
and maybe some people you might just like be like, thank God I got this guy on the show because I don't know if I'll ever be able to get you to come on the show again. But like, there's some people that you meet that are just like, you know, you want to build with them, you want to see what their ideas are, what they're trying to do, if you want to support it, if you want to learn about what they're doing. And I don't know. Yeah, that's why podcasts are cool. You get to learn like,
if you use it the
up?
right way like that. And you actually, you know, when I'm sitting down with people for 3 hours, you get to know people.
Yeah.
And I've been lucky. I have not had anyone bad come in here. Like,
That's what's up.
They've all been
You had-
really,
yeah,
I mean,
not-
we're 66 guest combos in or something like that, and everyone's been fucking awesome. So it's a rewarding thing in that I take it seriously where I want to see what's up with their life after that. If I didn't know them before, or like if I knew them before, it stays that way.
yeah,
like,
or
it's a part of
exactly.
the-
Like, does
the
it like
narrative.
what you were talking about on the podcast? Do you also do that outside of this
Yes,
podcast? And are
exactly.
you still continuing to do it, or did you change something? And that's cool as hell.
Wait, hold on. I might have misunderstood that. Are you saying, what did you just say? I thought you were saying something else.
No, I was saying like it's cool when like you come in. I don't even know what I said for real. It just came out so fast.
Yeah, I thought you were saying like if I understood it correctly, I extend what I do in here to also when the mics go off.
No, I'm saying like you can come in here and talk about whatever you want to talk about because it's different when you're face to face with someone. You can talk and act like you do all this cool shit, but like, do you still do that cool shit when you're not on the podcast? I'm not
Yes.
saying you. I'm saying whoever your guests are.
Now I understand.
Like, you know, like, do they apply that to their life as well?
Do you
Like,
talk
when
a big game or do you do it?
Yeah, like when I get out of here and off this podcast, I will still talk exactly like this. I will act exactly like this. Still say I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't know what I'm talking about. I cannot educate you. I can only show you that you can do it because I'm doing it. And I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So, yeah.
That's one way to put it, right?
That's
there.
yeah, a bunch of nothing, bitch, ball of nothing right there. But
Well, I mean, look, the people who are out there,
you just gotta protect me at all costs, everybody. That's all you gotta do is protect me at all costs.
yeah, that's you got to be a societal legend to get there. But I feel like you could. You could be the protect this man at all costs.
Yes,
guy
I'm
of
getting
the
there. I'm
future.
getting there. I'm
You're
getting
working
there.
on it.
I'm getting there.
But
It's like
like
Spider-Man. I gotta earn it.
Yeah, it's true though. There's a lot of people who they do things for attention, and they'll do it on stuff like this too. I haven't encountered that. You know, I'm sure one day I will, where someone's just
Well,
like
like somebody says something just
they're
cause.
full of shit. They're full of shit. Like they're not anything they talk about, they're not actually doing. Like they're just making it sound good. They're a good salesman, a good used car salesman.
That's
or
what I
something.
said. My third grade teacher was trying to tell me that.
But there's
I was like,
you're backing yourself into the corner. I'm not trying to put you in.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I was in third grade, Mrs. D. How'd you know that? How did you know that?
But
All
like,
right, yeah.
did you see the video of Logan Paul talking to the fan who quit his job to get a job with him?
Yeah, and he basically like shatted on him.
Completely, and it was incredible because that
But,
kid
yeah.
thought he could just do something on social media for attention because maybe he didn't like his job and didn't like his life that even it was paying him $100K or whatever it was, and said like, oh, because I do this, and then roll a camera and walk up to Logan Paul and say, bro, I just quit my $100,000 a year job to work for you. Give me a job. He'll give me a job, and it'll also get me social media fame. And Logan Paul looked right back at him and said, bro, that's not how life works. I'm happy for you that like if you did it legitimately, you got away from something you didn't want to do, but you can't just walk up here, put me on camera, and expect me to be like, yeah, you know what, you're hired. I keep my circle tight. We built this over a long period of time. Come back to me in 3 years and show me you're committed.
Yeah,
I
and-
fucking love that.
Bro, no, exactly, because that's like the same thing with music. That's why a lot of it's clicky, because if you don't know somebody, you don't know what they're hitting you up for, what they're trying to get out of you, and if they're just trying to be on the ride and then they want to get off on their exit, not your exit, you know? And with that dude specifically, I think it was like, why would you just like expect Logan Paul to like hire you on the spot when you don't already think he has a team like going hard for him already? That's like, you know what I'm
I
saying?
don't think he even thought of that. I don't think he even thought of that. I think it was just like, I'm going to do something for attention and Logan's going to have to respect it because it's on camera.
And yeah, but then what? You're gonna have people that side with him saying, "Oh, Logan, you're so evil for saying that to him, and you're this and you're that, and like, why would you crush him? Why couldn't you just hire him?" I'm sure there's tons of people that said that, but it's like,
I'm sure there
you
were
gotta
some,
you
yeah.
gotta earn this shit.
Yes.
You can't just go out and just hold your hand out and expect. Like, it's like how you said, it's just not how it works.
And
Like-
also think about how much, like, as torturous as it is sometimes, like you're creating something and you think more people should see it and then they don't, and it's like you're on the
All the
road.
time.
It sucks, right?
Yeah.
But how rewarding would it even be? Like, think about where you are now as opposed to where you were 3 years ago. How rewarding would that even be if like it was all just gravy on the way there?
I feel like it's different for me because I feel like within the, like, I wasn't like trying to rap for like 10 years. Like, I've done like so many different things within a 10-year span to where like, if you were told me 3 years ago I'll be making rugs, I'll be like, you're crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then like, if you would have told me 5 years ago I'll be rapping, I'll be like, you're crazy, bro. Like, so I don't necessarily know, but all I know is life
But
is one big old
You're
journey.
doing it.
And yeah, I'm
doing it.
I'm doing it because I want to do it. If I didn't want to do it, I wouldn't do it.
But
like,
there's work that goes into it. There's time. There's investment.
Like
struggle.
Virgil said something like, if you want to make a t-shirt and you don't make the t-shirt within the next 30 minutes, you don't want that shit as bad as you think you want it.
Virgil Abloh.
Yeah. Like, if you're a graphic designer, I'm not saying, you know, you need to have all the types of equipment and stuff. Like, people use the bare minimum to get things done, you know, like for whatever you have to do. Whether it's rap, you're recording off your phone, you know, like voice memos and stuff, and recording out your closet and shit, like as a studio. But like he said, if you don't pick up whatever you want to do and you just keep making excuses, you don't want that shit.
Yeah.
You just don't want it.
And
you don't
there-
want it bad enough. You're just looking at other people who have that and who make it look easy and who put in a lot of work to make it look easy and who are now just enjoying it and having fun, that it looks so appealing to you that you think you can just do it. And then if you don't do it within that 30 minutes, you're just all talk. And that's what a lot of people I feel are, all talk.
They are.
And there's very few people that walk the walk and talk the talk. I'm not saying I'm one of them, but I'm just saying I'm trying. I'm like,
Right.
you don't make fun of fat people trying to go to the gym and lose weight. They're trying to better themselves. Like, I'm trying to better myself. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm learning on the way.
You're showing up.
Yeah, and that's the main part. Like, half of being James Bond is dressing like him. You know what I mean? Like,
I never heard that one. That's good.
yeah, that's a thumbnail. I don't think that's how you use that text. I don't know what thumbnails are. Yeah. Do you do like any like drugs? I know that was so random, but like,
Yeah, let's just turn this
yeah,
right
let's
around.
just.
I was always a pretty simple guy. I was like,
Same.
if it's something that could kill me, I'm not going to do it, right?
Okay.
And I guess technically, like, if you have like 3 handles of tequila, you could technically die, right? But within reason, right? So I was always an alcohol and a weed guy, and that's where I left it. I've been interested in the past in like what mushrooms must be like. Never done a trip myself, so I can joke about that, but I don't really know much about it. But no, I was never into the harder drugs. I was definitely shocked at college at how many people did cocaine all the fucking time.
Yeah, like going to class and shit.
Oh
Probably
my
on
God,
it.
yeah. No, I'm not even kidding.
No,
I mean, it was
I'm not either.
It was stunning.
Yeah.
But that was never for me. And I also don't think I don't need cocaine.
Yeah,
like,
I don't
got a
need
lot
that
of
shit.
energy.
Hell,
You
bro,
know what I mean?
I wake up high off life, and then I
Yeah.
smoke weed.
Are you just a weed guy, or what's your
I'm
story?
a weed guy. I dabbled in mushrooms before, but like I haven't been someone who was like, like growing them and like taking them
Yeah.
every day type shit. Like I would say I can count on my hand how many times, like one hand, how many times I've done.
Did you have any wild experiences?
I don't think I had any wild experiences. I just felt like I could like dance way better than I could in like normal life. Like I was busting moves I could never like it was like where like I was like dancing outside my body. I was like, you can kill it, Twinn, do it. Like I was just doing shit I didn't want to do like when I was sober. I was like, I can't do that. I can't move like that. Like I feel like shrooms is like just facing a mirror of things that you want to hide from yourself, things that you want to find answers to but don't know how to get the answer necessarily. I think those are all things of why people enjoy shrooms. I mean, other than the, laughing your ass off and fucking
Right.
just looking at the cool visuals and shit. But I never dabbled into taking like crazy amounts. I always microdosed and took like a gram. I never took like an eighth. I know people that take like quarters to the face
Yeah.
and shit. And,
I
like,
saw that shit.
they're
Yeah.
on like another planet, and like I'm over here like, should I tell my mom? Like,
I mean, look, you have to admit, guys like Steve Jobs, they did the psychedelics.
It's probably why I came up with the iPhone.
That's the point. Like,
Yeah.
what do you think this way if you didn't do it? It's a different thing than, when you're talking about stuff that doesn't kill you. It's an entirely different conversation, and so it's interesting to me. I've been curious about it. I've definitely been curious of like, I wonder if like I would discover anything, but I haven't been like, I gotta do it.
I just want to go in the forest with like a squad and just trip and just have like a nice time and just like look up at the sky, enjoy life. And I think nature's just so cool. I always loved watching Steve Irwin and like watching
R.I.P. Steve.
Yeah, man. Like I just love animals. I love nature. I love being outside. I love reptiles. I would love to like go on that like Naked and Afraid shit. Like
The what?
the Naked and Afraid. You never seen that show?
No.
Like you like go like naked, live in world with like another partner, and you try to see if you can survive for like 30 days or some shit. Or you ever see
You in?
like you ever see like Man versus Wild with that other guy?
seen
Like,
that.
I want to
Yeah.
do shit like that, or like be a voiceover for like documentaries to be like, and now the fish are eating. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just do like just whatever the fuck. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you see how Snoop Dogg just does whatever the fuck he wants. Like
I mean, he's Snoop Dogg.
I know, but he's a household name,
Yes,
and he
he's
built
more
that
than
name
that.
up. And
I would watch that man talk about anything.
that's what I'm saying. He can do anything. He can commentate a soccer fucking game. Like, it's
Did you see that pic?
Yeah.
That shit was wild, man.
It's just crazy. And I feel like that's the type of energy I want to provide, that like there's no limitations on this shit. Just because I do music doesn't mean I can't do other things, or just because I'm making rugs, we don't gotta just make them for the floor.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, it's just, I like challenging myself, and I think that's why I'm always doing something different, because I'm like, bro, you've been doing this for like a year. You got to do something else now. You got to like implement something else. You got to do rugs now. You got to do something crazy. I just want to know what's going to be like next now. You know, I got all these things going on. I wonder if I'm going to add like something else onto it. I'm thinking maybe the only thing I would do, since I'm celiac, I wanted to come up with this edible company called Twinn. Instead of gluten, called it Twinn, and like just partner with a person and just make these edibles for gluten-free people that, you know, my celiac community.
Are there big problems with gluten in edibles? Like the
there's
ones they're selling in Colorado, because
there's
they're always
certain
gummies.
candy I
There's
can't
always
have.
Gummies.
Yeah, there's certain candy I can't have that has wheat in it. Like,
really?
I can't have Airheads. I can't have the Extremes. I can't have Twizzlers. I can't have Twix bars because of the cookie.
Really? Oh, yeah.
I can't
Fuck.
have, like, you know, anything like cookies, pastries, cake.
It's like my buddies
I can't
used to
have
make
chocolate chip ice cream.
Oh, fuck. That's
Yeah,
terrible.
like, you know what I'm saying?
They used
Cookie
to
dough
make
ice cream.
firecrackers in college. So it'd be like...
Talking
you
about
take-
actual fireworks.
No.
What are you talking about? Firecracker. What are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about the good edibles. We used to. I never cooked them. My boys cooked them. They were great at it. But it was like they'd take the Oreo and they'd put peanut butter and then
It's called a firecracker?
Yeah, and a couple things in there, and then obviously, you know, the good stuff.
Fire.
And that's what they would call it. But like Oreos and shit. Could you have that?
I
Like,
can't
does-
have Oreos. Got to have gluten-free Oreos.
All right, yeah. There. You know what? There's a business here. There's a business.
I know.
here.
I know. I'm telling you, man. There's a lot of people that are probably gluten sensitive.
I don't think about like how many things gluten's in, but it's.
I
a lot.
didn't think about it either until I had it for real. Like, you know, like I didn't really
how it
think about
works,
like
yeah.
how bad it was for people that were lactose intolerant, and then I was like, fuck, I got celiac. Like, I'm in the same boat as y'all.
And there's a lot of that stuff going around too. Like more and more people are sensitive to think there's something in evolution going on with us with what we eat and what they send us.
I was gonna say it's definitely the fucking government.
Yeah.
It ain't fucking me.
It's something.
Tell you that it has to be all the gluten food that we eat, or all the bioengineered shit that they make the food.
Goddamn
out of.
New World Order.
You know what I'm
man.
saying? Yeah, and I always feel that too. I feel like everybody's just always like New World Order, like, you know, like it's just
Pretty
like
good Alex Jones right there.
no, it is. God damn it, they're coming for us all. So aliens. Like, it's just like wild, you know? I feel like people just always want some crazy shit to talk about too.
Yes.
Like, someone has to just start the conversation.
Case in point today.
Yeah, like this whole John was all over the place, and I love it.
It's great.
I love it, man.
Who are some of your influences? And
In
it doesn't
life?
it doesn't just have to be music, but like
I would say
I'm
my
definitely
biggest
curious about that.
influence ever, I would say Ty. Have to be, I'll say number one would be Robin Williams.
That's a great one.
I don't know why, but like, I just love the man, bro.
Love that guy.
Robin Williams is just such like a character, man, and he reminds me of myself when, like, at times when I was so like mad and sad and depressed, all I wanted to do was make other people happy, and I was so good at doing that I got lost in like my own like, why don't you help yourself, bro? And like I couldn't get out of that because it was so easy to like give advice, but it was so hard to like take my own. And like people would come to me like, what should I do with this? What should I do with this? And I would give them like the advice, like that lady that you would write to, and like, you know, she would like read your
Dear
shit.
Abby.
Yeah. Like I can probably do that too. Dear Twinn, I'm about to start that shit too. Fuck it. I'm starting
You just
off.
you got a hard no over here. Going, no, don't do that.
But yeah, I just feel like I had to help myself, and I looked at Robin Williams as me sometimes in a younger version of myself, you know, just always
Older
trying
version
to
of yourself.
Well, a younger version of myself, because I'm not like all sad and all. Like I was saying, I was like
got it.
Very like unhappy in my younger days before I was rapping and stuff like that, and someone like Jim Carrey.
That's another one.
I have a lot of comedians because I just like laughing. Adam Sandler for sure. Another person I look up to is Skrillex. I love his. I love what he brought to like the electronic sound. And, like I was like listening to his music, not knowing really what it was, but like I knew what it was. Like I knew there was nothing else like this, but like this was it. Like,
are you a huge EDM guy?
I wouldn't say I'm a huge EDM guy. I just like, I like it. I used to DJ, so I have the love for it. I have tough love for it now though, since I'm doing a lot of hip hop stuff.
What do you mean you have tough love for it?
Like, I wouldn't like. I used to always be like, "Yo, I want to go to this festival and I want to go do this and go make some content here," or like, "Yo, like we should try to go to this show and link up with some DJs to see if we can get like some networking shit in." But like, since I'm doing rap stuff, like I've been like distancing myself from the EDM community. Like I haven't really been DJing, and that's why like 2022, I want to start implementing me DJing while I like rap.
Yeah, mix both worlds.
Have like
100%.
Mizzy doing some shit and like I'm out there spinning, fucking scratching, and then
100%
do whatever. But it's just I just always want to think of a better way to evolve ourselves, because as a species, you have to keep evolving, or someone's gonna fucking eat you up.
Yeah, and it's symbolic in everything, like in business and industry and product and all that. If you don't adapt to trying to find a new way to do something, you will be overtaken. And so, like, one of the beautiful things about music now is that there is such a cross integration of genres. I mean, fucking Lil Durk was making a song with Morgan Wallen last week.
Yeah.
I mean, like, could you imagine that shit even a decade ago? You're like, what?
Yeah, not even.
Like, there's an appreciation for all different types of things that go on. So, like, for you, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but, like, I think it's, like, an asset that you were a DJ for so long, and, like, there's some way you can tie that into what you're doing right now, and you already do, I'm sure, in some ways.
I'll tell you when we're off the podcast what the plans really are.
Okay.
I just don't want to give away.
We can't do that. We can't do that publicly.
I don't want to give away, like, the scoop. It's a secret.
What, like...
it's going to blow your mind. You're going to say that's a crazy idea.
I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready. Is it mind-blowing?
She's
not telling you too much.
She don't want to give you credit, man. She's tired of it. It's like every time you're like, fuck, I gotta give him credit.
That's good though. You need someone who's honest and is not just.
No, I need
gassing you
honest
the whole
people,
time.
bro.
I
I don't need no yes man. I need you to tell
or
me.
Yes women.
Yes, I don't need you to tell me if you fuck
got
with
you.
this shit.
Don't worry.
I need you to be like, yo, this shit's ass, and I think you should go about it this way, and would be better if you did it this way because it makes more sense. I don't need someone being like yes to everything I say, because then it's like, what room do I have to grow?
None.
And I feel like I'm missing out if everybody's just saying yeah around me.
What besides Skrillex though? Were there, because you are a rapper? Like, were there guys growing up who really influenced how you thought about rap?
50 Cent hard.
Yep.
Like I remember begging like my mom because I had to be 18 to buy the discs because they were all explicit and shit.
Really? I don't even remember that.
Yeah, man, I was that young trying to get this rap music. I remember I was listening to like D12 with Eminem.
How come?
And I was in fucking I was listening to My Band in Catholic
This
school.
chick don't even know the name of my band.
I was singing it in a closet with one of my classmates, Valerie Garofalo. Shout out Valerie. And the nun caught us, and she thought like we were like, because like in there it says like something at the end about like she's wearing a thong or whatever, an underwear thing, and like the nun thought we were doing some weirdo shit like hooking up or something, and she made us like write like a letter saying like, we're sorry or whatever, but like
to Jesus.
I don't know. Sorry to D12.
Sorry to D12 for what?
I don't know, for playing that song.
D12 was a time, man.
It was, man. It was. And then, like, other than that, LL Cool J. I remember I used to have, like, the fucking $25 portable stereo you can carry around. I was burning disc on LimeWire and downloaded 50 Cent songs that were really Soulja Boy's Crank You! Because he was fucking just, like, he was hacking that. He used to do that. He used to rename songs. Soulja Boy. He
was renaming files on LimeWire?
Yeah, so people would download them.
That was him doing it?
Yeah. he would put like when I would download song, I would download like Many Men by 50 Cent, and it would be like Soulja Boy Crank Up or whatever that shit is, and he would do that so you can get the downloads. But it's smart as hell, genius.
All the listeners out there who are like below the age of 23 and have no idea what we're talking about,
like,
you guys missed out.
You didn't
really miss anything.
Like, is Limewire now like the Shazam?
I don't know. I haven't Limewire's come up a few times on the show, and I haven't afterwards like gone and found limewire.com to see what it looks like, but remind me to do that. It's just like it was.
I think after Limewire was something called Frostbite.
You know what? I vaguely remember something like that.
What's it called? Frostwire? Yeah, I don't know. I might have just said Frostbite because it's cold.
I think
definitely was Frostwire.
I think it was.
Definitely was Frostwire. Yeah. Big mistake.
It was like
this is a fun day. Let me tell you.
You'd go on there and you just download files, and they would have like numbers in them and shit, and it would be like with the underscores. It was like I mean it was a black market through and through, and so I didn't know that there were.
It was a music metaverse.
Yeah.
It was
every man.
It was a label's
himself.
Worst enemy at that time, probably.
But like Soulja Boy's in there, just like renaming.
Yeah,
tracks,
he's
like
in there. He's in there. Yeah, he's in there just killing shit like Britney Spears putting on. Just
I didn't know Britney sounded like this.
Yeah, just killing it. Other than that, though, LL Cool J, I fuck with ASAP Rocky, Tyler the Creator. I really love their vibes and like their weirdness, especially Tyler's. And I fuck with Kanye West a lot. I like his
love Kanye.
I love his craziness.
He's and you said that like you're a little crazy, and it's good. Like good creatives should be a little crazy. I think I'm a little crazy too, but like
you're crazy about your craft.
Yeah.
And like you're gonna do nothing for anything to like fuck that craft up. Like that's how crazy I am about this craft.
It's like a genius. Like with Kanye especially, I always say like he's crazy, but he's a genius. But he's crazy because he's a genius and he's a crazy genius.
No, he is.
That's it.
I agree with you on that.
Like,
man.
I ain't voting for Kanye for president, but goddamn.
No.
Like, do we need a guy like that?
Yeah,
he's nuts.
No, you need that. You need people that, like, you don't really know what they're talking about, but you, like, know what they're talking about.
You know that they know what they're talking about.
Yes, exactly. That's what I be telling Bree all the time. I know what I'm talking about. I don't know if anybody else does, but at least I know. Like, so I can watch this video and like somebody will be like, I really don't know what Twinn was saying there, but I'll watch back and be like, I know exactly what I meant, and I can like dial it back in and like, you know.
Oh my god!
I just love it, man. I just love it.
I'm
bro.
waiting on the comments on this one. I'm gonna be laughing.
Bro,
I know they're gonna be like,
dude, people
dude,
that come to your house to murder you.
I know they're gonna be like, dude, this guy's on drugs. I'm completely sober, guys. I only had organic tea with honey. That's it.
That's impressive.
Yeah, that's all I had today. I didn't eat. I was gonna bring Chick-fil-A over, but I didn't do that because like we were running late. It was snowing. That was the first snow I seen all winter too.
Yeah,
it was wild.
I hope it's not like 6 inches outside.
I know. We're probably gonna go outside.
Sorry.
And we're gonna have to shovel out.
You can't sue me. I made you sign that thing.
I know.
So.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tough.
It is what it is, but fuck it.
So do you have a lot of influences that are out of genre though too? Like besides just EDM, like do you have?
Oh, like art. I would say like Banksy.
Rap?
Like art or
no, I'm talking about music. Like outside of EDM and rap, like are you like into country or some weird shit like outside the box?
Definitely not. Like I could probably make a fire country song, but definitely don't have any like people I would like be like, yeah, that's like yeah, nah. If I had to pick anybody who's country, I'd pick Trap House Coda. And I don't think you know about Trap House Coda, but he made a fire country song. You should check it out. Can we
Trap
pull
House
it up?
Coda?
Trap House Coda.
You definitely can't play it because that'll be like copyright. But Trap House Coda.
No, yeah. Why would it be copyright?
Because like if it's his song, it's intellectual. I can't play.
Oh,
it
okay.
I just goes on YouTube.
No, I was gonna say he's the boy. He wouldn't mind. He wouldn't mind.
Trap House Coda. So he's a rapper who made a country song.
Yeah, he made a fire ass country song, like a viral country song.
Trap House Coda.
Yeah, right there.
Which one?
Oh, I know you can't play it, but it's Old Silverado.
Old Silverado.
Yeah.
Wait, you know what? I think I saw a clip of this on Twitter.
Yeah.
Because I just scrolled my finger over it. We can't play it, but I just want to see like the music video to see if I recognize it. But yeah, I mean, this goes back to genre band. I'm just curious though, like not country, but like anything, like outside EDM and rap where you have personally played. Are you like a Whitney Houston fan or some shit? Like what's the story?
Man, I would definitely say like
yes, I've seen this.
I would say nah. I would say like
you're rap and EDM, pretty pure.
Rap EDM, like I fuck with Rachel Ray. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh man. Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to give you a good answer. Like for real, I did watch Rachel Ray growing up. That's what my mom had on.
Is she still on?
Yeah, she's still on. She's still killing it.
God, there's like 2000s women hosting like the midday talk shows. Really?
Yeah, I know. It was a time. That was a time to be alive.
That was
like
the
live shows and the moms being like, "Woo! You get a car! You get a car! You get a car!" This shit was wild, yo. If I was there, if I have a show, I'd be like, "You get a blunt, you get a joint, you get a backwood."
That's a song. We're putting that on a record.
What's up?
We're putting that on a. You got
me and your record.
That.
We'll have it as the theme song for the podcast anytime.
All right, we'll figure something out.
Like a little jingle. I'm with that.
We'll figure something out.
Man,
dude, I'm exhausted. You have, and this is a compliment. You have exhausted me today. This is really good.
I appreciate that, man. You're gonna be exhausted going through that footage and editing it too,
dude, man. I'm gonna be laughing my ass off.
I bet you're gonna be like, I probably ran into the craziest kid ever. I can't believe. Thank God he left. This shit was like too long.
I lost 10 pounds in this seat today.
Fire! I love it. I love it.
Thanks for coming along for the ride.
Yeah.
You don't get to stop. You leave here with him. So.
Nah, yeah. I think the way I talk, it's like visionary. Like. Yeah. You can just have this on and not even watch the video. You'll just be like, I can see what he's saying. And that's how I try to talk.
On that note, thank you for doing this, man.
Thank you so much for inviting me, bro. Great. I really hope to come back again. I hope you had an awesome holiday. Keep killing it. You've been killing it. I know you're going to continue to kill it because this is what you're going to do.
This is it.
And until next time, I hope everybody can check out my music.
Where can they find it? SoundCloud?
Yeah, SoundCloud and Spotify mostly right now. We don't have a YouTube. We're going to be remaking that and dropping a couple music videos that we have unreleased. And other than that, you guys can just follow me on Instagram for all our updated content and stuff like that. It's No Thanks. So ITSNOTH.
That's your handle. It's No Thanks.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yep.
The one thing I'm going to talk to you about off camera, I want to see you guys dropping some of that archive. I know there's a couple special ones in there, but just start ripping it.
No, definitely, bro.
Like it's
2022. It's time. Yeah,
this is 100%.
Your year. Yes, sir. You already know. I am not stopping.
All right. Well, Twinn, Vinny, thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Bree. You got the mic all the way there.
I know. I told you this thing is out.
Bree, thanks for riding along.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
everybody else, you know what it is.
Stay safe, man.
Give it a thought. Get back to me.
Sheesh.
Peace.